Oh, hi, you guys, and welcome to today's show. Today we are playing the finale of the Shadows in the Mist storyline. Gonna be a lot of fun. Here are my links. These are my social links. You can find in there my Discord, whether it's probably one of the better communities out there. I work hard to try and maintain an inclusive, safe community where we can all be ourselves and play games together and talk about games and learn games together. It's a really good community. If you want to get in on a game, send me a DM on Twitter and I will get you a game. At the moment, I've got a backlog of people asking me for games, but next season I'm going into 3 games a week. Which is like 12 people a week, so I'll get through them very quickly once I start scheduling them. Right now, I'm just sorting out everything for Season 2, and then we'll go on from there. And lastly is the YouTube as well, which I will work harder on getting up to speed. I also have a Patreon. If you'd like to consider supporting me on Patreon, it's very much appreciated. Every dollar really counts, and especially as I go into full-time streaming, it really counts, as that's where the bulk of my reliable income will come from, will be the Patreon and Twitter subscriptions, Twitch subscriptions. So I look forward to and really appreciate your support. Thank you. I also have merchandise. It can be found there. Maybe I should turn that up just a little bit. And last but most certainly not least, I haven't updated the tweet. That's what I haven't done. There's always something. So let's copy that link and go and sort out the tweet now. But I tell you what, we can do that whilst we introduce the players. So, without much further ado, let's get our players for today. Oh, hi, you guys. You are live.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hi. So why don't we go around and we can do a quick summary of our character and then where we are in the story. And it looks like Jay today will be doing the recap for us. Thank you very much, Jay. So why don't we, in that case, go round in our L shape. So we'll start with Kiana, sitting on all the nat 20s and all the advantages. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. I am super nervous about this, even with all my nat 20s and stuff. It's going to be interesting. We have several forces of chaos meeting in one place. And hopefully we're going to stop the city from blowing up.
Or we're going to blow up the city.
Oh, we're going to blow up the city, but under our agenda.
Yeah.
I say our with many quotation marks. But I am playing Shilan or Lee or X, whatever you want to call her. She is the most sane person in this crew right now, the most rational, and she is like 17, 18, and she had no idea what to do except try to get out on top of everything. Yeah.
Tee. Well, next around the screen, we have Alice. Oh, hi.
Hi. Yeah, I've been looking forward to this all week because I just know it's going to be one of the most chaotic games I think I've ever played in. I am playing Imogen Carter, who I think Moriarty's broken out quite a lot right now. And with the mixture of Clint's mythos and John's mythos that's on a rampage anyway, and then poor Lee, sort of, I think she's finally not given, well, kind of given up on the group, but in a way of, you guys are crazy, I don't want to die by something that you're doing. So, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to this, so can't wait to get stuck in.
Fantastic. Next around the screen, we have our angel himself, Gaming.exp, or as we know him, Zippy Zippo.
Hi, I'm Zippy. I am playing John Doe, who recently blew himself up to be Michael. It's not every day where you nuke a casino to the ground and end up becoming an archangel. I'm super excited to see where this goes, and I'm going to annoy the group with not getting the cool lingo, like what is an automobile, and what do you mean this is totally tubular? It is not a tube, nor is it a total tube. It is just a thing.
I look forward to this episode so much. And so, last but most certainly not least, we welcome back Tool School. Oh, hi, Tool School.
Hey, how are you? Looking forward to it. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, Clinton is sort of fading away, as well as he and the Gremlin have now sort of merged a bit. But Moriarty is keeping things a little bit on an even keel. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see as all of these agents of chaos and all come together, and who just the test of the crazies, I think it's going to be. So last time we discovered who our nemesis is. It is our magician friend, who either has gone full archetype or is about to go full archetype. Not archetype, I've said that wrong. Mythos. Avatar, thank you. Not archetype, Avatar. Gone full Avatar as the Joker. Or if not, the Joker is certainly driving the miniature car, the clown car, so to speak.
Or okay, the magician is the mythos, and Lowry's just batshit
crazy. That could be it too.
Exactly.
Through a series of events, Imogen and Clinton sort of had a lovely stroll through the park, and then a lovely stroll over to a homeless shelter, and then a lovely stroll back to the diner. Really date night. We laughed, we cried, we waited for the last second to defuse bombs. We scared people. We disabled police vehicles. We watched the fireworks as John basically vaporized the casino, and then drank some spiked coffee back at the diner. It was a lovely little date night.
Just a regular date night, really.
Just a regular date night.
Standard.
Standard.
So we ended last week's session with you guys receiving an invitation of sorts from a masked thug in a clown mask. It was a wind-up Jack-in-the-Box that sprung forth and held out an invitation for you to meet at the dock. As I recall, you were preparing to head that way.
I believe so.
I'll say I think we dressed up as the thugs and headed in that direction.
Yeah, Imogen and Clinton, I think pretty much were like, cheers, darling, and put down our masks, and we're ready to walk out. So
I hope so, because I've planned around that.
Let's have another cup. Shall we have another cup?
So we'll hang on a bit. We've got plenty of time.
Thank you very much as well for the donations, people. We've got Dark Fox, or as we know him, Alexandrian, donating advantages to Alice and Kiana. We also have Prax, or Deirdre, donating advantages to Tool School and Zippy. No one donating me any advantages yet, but hey, there's time.
Thank you for the advantage.
Also, thank you very much for the sub, Dark Fox. Again, Alexandrian. You have a free nat 1 or 20 to spend, not a nat 1. That would be an impressive feat. And our first Wild Magic Surge, I rolled it on a d5 with us all in the L shape. The first Wild Magic Surge goes to me. Isn't that pleasant?
That could be good or bad.
Rigged.
And an advantage for me. Thank you. It's amazing what you get when you appeal to people's guilt. Thank you. Thank you, Twilight Swirling. The Wild Magic Surge table would be a good thing to have open in the background, wouldn't it?
You would think.
Yeah.
Pro-streamer.
Hildy turned off my PC 15 minutes before we started getting ready, so I'm blaming the cat. That's what I'm doing. I went there. I'm blaming the cat. The cat who, oh god, she was sleeping. Where's she gone now?
I saw your door move open and closed, so
Yeah.
I did see her mince out earlier.
The door slowly opens. Hildy is there with
Yeah.
with a
So psycho.
toothpick.
Well, why don't we then head down to the docks? As you guys approach the docks, you will see that it is mostly empty. No one seems to be moving around. It's evening time. It is, I suppose, the day before New Year's Eve, so everyone maybe is off on holiday. But there should still be security or something on, right? But the security booth looks empty.
There's not a guard at this post.
Is it like a booth you can walk into, or
Yeah, it's like a security hut.
I'm just gonna go knock.
As you knock on the door, you can see through the window there are two people on the floor.
John goes over and kicks the door open.
The door flies open. You can see these people are not unconscious. They are awake. They lay on the floor, slightly spasming, their skin tight in their face, a broad grin on their faces.
What is wrong with these people? Have they too imbibed in the coffee?
Tears run from their eyes.
Yeah, Lee is kind of poking her head around the corner as she winced at the very not subtle way of opening doors. And as soon as she sees these people, she immediately draws back.
What is wrong, Shilan?
They're like the people that I found back at home base.
Is this supernatural, or is this some kind of toxin?
A toxin, I think.
Very well. Michael walks in and he kneels and he places his hands glowing on both of the security guards' forehead. And he's going to try to change the game by moving some of his aura into them to purge this toxin.
Please do.
Okay, so we're going to do impervious to mortal weapons, holy aura, unbreakable, and then the hand of God. And let's change the game. 12, great success.
On a 12, a great success, as my document loads. You get to create a story tag, burn a parry tag, or give or reduce a status. So these will have the status, well, you know, let's say it like we see it. Hysterical paralyzation. Their current status is around about 5 or 6, so you can reduce it right down to mild hysterics with a 4 power. On a great success, you can scale up the effect, so you can get an extra couple of juice, I reckon.
I'm going to scale up the effect of this cleansing aura. And then I'm going to remove the power tags or remove the status. Just kind of knock it down. As many tiers as the MC wants for upscaling the effect.
So as you do this, their skin begins to loosen around their face. You can see it's not actually that their skin has been stretched or pulled at all. It's literally just the contortion of their muscles pulling their skin tight, forcing their face into this grin. And as their muscles relax with your cleansing aura, they're sort of still smiling and giggling a little, but mostly sobbing.
It is all right. There is no need to cry. You have God on your side. Why don't you tell me what happened?
The crazy man, he came. He let off a bomb or something. He had toys.
Toys? Like rocking chairs and little duckies with wheels that you pull around?
No, like water pistols and...
That is a good question. What are pistols?
The
Are you talking about firearms?
Kind of.
Ah. All right. So you did. Where is the crazy man?
That was hours ago. He headed into the docks.
Do you have any witnesses that saw where he went? What do you mortals have? They're like the eyes of God himself. Always.
He blacked out the cameras. I saw that earlier.
Blacked out cameras. What are cameras?
The eyes of God that are everywhere. He surrounded them and painted them out.
Well.
Unusable. I would assume if we look at their sort of security screens, we will see that all of them are either dark or if they're on, that they're just showing blackness.
Actually, luminous green.
Luminous green, of course.
What a vile color. Reminds me of sick.
Or toxicity.
So, question about these docks. Are these docks similar to big city docks where it's actually that the entire pier is built out over the water and then a warehouse is built on top of it so that you can take things immediately off and sort of lock them in place without necessarily bringing them on shore, that whole sort of weird customs transition thing? Or is it truly just like an open fishing dock that doesn't have like a built over structure on it?
This is industrial. This is, there's large rigs in the docks. They are shipped right up next to the warehouses, just like you described. Except as you look out the window to survey these docks, you can see someone's been setting up a fun fair. This isn't a fun fair, but there's fairy lights and almost decorations, but they're wrong. Like, they should be fluffy and cute, but they're actually made of carved metal instead. That sort of thing.
Is that a canarium over there?
Carnival.
Like a carnival.
Yes. Well, my dear, it looks as though, sweetheart, it looks as though someone wants to play a game.
My favorite.
And I will win said game. All right, guardsmen, on your feet. Your watch is not over.
Do they have any weapons or anything on them?
They have truncheons and pistols.
I will take whatever I can take.
Yep, when you take the pistol, you find that it is empty. There is no ammo.
That's fine.
Now, are these the kind of guards that keep their firearm and magazine separate. So on one side they'll have their firearm holstered, and then on the other side they have like 2 extra clips.
Yes, the extra clips are missing.
Okay, just double checking.
Mm-hmm.
Some states are very persnickety about that.
Well, they can't do anything else for us, so should we just shut them in and go?
Wait, no, you're not shutting these able-bodied men,
Do you think they'd be safer
you
here?
know, they should fight to defend their charge.
Like this? And she just sort of gestures to them as a whole.
I fought under more extraneous circumstances.
Yes, but they're not quite like you, are they?
You're right. Come here, boys. Come, gather around. Let me see your hands.
Can I have left the room by now? Like, I'm just...
Yeah, I was gonna say, Clinton is just looking to see if there's any tools or any type of security badges that they might have, identification and or even mechanical type tools or interesting things that in the security booth that they might have kept or stored within the drawers. Quick search, nothing. I'm not doing a deep dig here, but if they've got a badge on their badge sort of clipped similar to what Clinton used to wear to be able to give him access into places. I'm looking for that type of an idea. Or a ring of keys would be lovely as well.
Please give me an investigate.
So, investigate roll. Don't know if it's going to will software hacking be a part of this? Is it electronic security badges or anything like that, or should I not?
No, they weren't so big. Or I mean, maybe they were, but they
I mean,
weren't.
it's old-fashioned. It's old-fashioned sort of mechanical type stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for investigate, for him on an investigate, maybe always has a tool to open a drawer or something.
I'd say you're looking for tools. Always having a tool. It's a good that works.
Yeah, and then I guess phase through solid matter just in case if I need.
That'll speed things up certainly.
That's really the only 2 things that I can see.
That seems fair.
Yeah, I'm just going to go towards this. So, investigate. Great success.
Hey, you guys are great successing all over the place. So, investigate. On a 7 to 9, you can choose one. I don't get to do that at all. You get your clues equal to power. So you have 2 clues. You will find a ring of keys. I'll take one of your power to give you a ring of keys and say a screwdriver that you just find lying around. Like one of the old flip ones, the old plier style, not a Swiss Army knife,
like
but
an
the pliers.
like a multi-tool.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Like a Gerber multi-tool type.
That's
idea.
the one. Yeah.
He grabs that. He takes the keys and he looks at Imogen and goes, "Now this is a screwdriver."
It's just smiles and
Leverman. Thank you, Twilight's Falling. Yes. Find a Leverman. You have another clue. If you like, you can hold that for a second as the 2 people approach John, or rather Michael, offering their hands as he says, still chuckling slightly.
Yeah, I'll hold until see what happens next.
So I asked them to see their truncheons, and I touch them, and as Michael holds these truncheons in his hands, he begins to imbue them with power, and he's going to turn them into the same kind of burning swords that he has. And he's going to burn Heavenly Weapon and Flaming Sword, and because I'm an avatar, they'll instantly come back.
Yes, they will.
So I will change the game, and I think I get a 10 plus and then a power of 3 for burning for a hit. and then +2 for the power tags. So he's going to scale this up for both truncheons, add a story tag of holy weapon, and flaming sword, and yeah, there you are.
They don't really know what to do with this. They're shocked, but they're also calmed by you. They still giggle slightly, and when the flames burst into, they sort of do a nervous sort of...
Now, I have given you the weapons to protect your home. Go out there and protect your home.
They... Go on.
See you later, boys. Do they run off down the street to their actual homes?
I guess they kind of would. They'd start leaving, but not running. They'll just...
Saunter.
Not even saunter. They're sort of shambling, half holding these weapons.
Wonderful job, John.
There we are. I've given them the tools that they need to succeed. I feel just like my father. Oh, wait.
Right.
Hold on. I've given them the tools that they need to succeed. Wait, no, don't use those swords on anybody who's not who's innocent. Oh, man, I should have put that in the.
It's too late, John.
Right. It'll be fine. They won't kill anyone.
Of course not.
Of course not. They're too doped up, stoned. They're too stoned. Is that the correct terminology?
Like, Imogen just does a slow clap. And she's like, can we move on now?
Okay. We can.
Thank you.
So carnival, is it like at the end of the pier? Is this like like Coney Island into the pier, carnival at the end of the pier?
It's more as it becomes, there's a bottleneck as the docks becomes between the boats and the shoreline, where most of the transit happens, and that is set up like a grand entrance. You can see made out of bits of scrap metal and scaffolding what looks like a large smiling face welcoming you like an archway.
He's really taking this clown thing a bit far, don't you think?
A little bit. Maybe just...
Clowns. They were created by my brother. And because of that, I will cast them back from whence they came.
We just seem to love the sound of his own voice, so...
I do.
Can't
I mean,
wait
yes,
to
he
see him.
does.
I'm gonna just walk... Can I just walk towards this clown, this giant clown face, fairly cautiously, but I'm not, like, sneaking. I'm not doing anything like that.
Roll up, welcome one and all to the Joker's Funhouse. Today's main event, the Acrobat. A warehouse lights up. The Acrobat, main attraction. Bonnie and Clyde. The Acrobat lights go down and another set go up. The Angel. Another light comes up. The Invisible Man. And the most terrifying of all, the Coffee Maker.
He knows who you are.
Well,
Can I keep walking towards where all this is happening?
You have several paths to choose. You can move as a group or you can split up. It looks like this has been directed at each of you.
Right. I feel like we should switch lights. I'm sure he has a plan for each one of us, but if we switch, he'll never expect it.
well, yes, but also we could be ill-equipped to deal with someone else's problem.
But
He
he would have already stacked the deck against us with what we already have available to us.
Well, yes, and we've stacked the deck against him. So the question is, who's the better player?
This is not someone who thinks logically or sensibly.
Exactly. That's why if
If
we
you can guess what he's thinking.
you can't presume him to play fair.
Oh,
You have to meet chaos with chaos.
I don't think he's going to play fair at all.
Well, I'm not.
I don't plan on it either.
Neither am I.
But, quite possibly, let's take for granted that I walk over to try to deal with the angel. I am not invulnerable, nor do I have a flaming sword. I might have something else that would help, but also I could walk in and something that would be a triviality to you would, how do you say it, smite me.
But I just came into being
Looks like we got a new friend.
maybe like half a day ago. So whatever he's built in up in there was not for me. It was for John. And I don't know John.
Quite possibly. You also, 4 hours ago, vaporized the casino where he used to work.
I'm pretty
He's
sure
probably
they know
loaded
who
for
you
bear or angel, for that matter.
are.
All right. This is what we're going to do. I will go and deal with John's problem, then I'll come in and deal with yours, and then I'll come in and deal with Imogen's, and then I'll go and deal with Shilan. Don't worry, I got this.
Yes, you go do that. You go do that
that'd
job.
be wonderful. Thank you.
This is wonderful. All right, I'll see you guys later. John,
We'll wait right here
Like-
for you.
Michael just saunters over. It's like now a Telltale game. Which problem do I deal with first?
Maybe your own. No, the Johns. Yes, Johns.
Just get it out of the way.
The easy one. You've got it, no
Hmm.
problem.
Oh, the easy one. He walks down Imogen's problem.
Oh, the coffee maker? Oh, good luck with that. I think you've underestimated the power
And
of
she
coffee,
just
my
like
friend.
waves.
You've
So-
greatly underestimated the power of coffee.
So
Life.
John or Michael walks down.
Oh God, what if coffee is life? What if Scrat made coffee life?
I need to make another one.
Oh, anyway, so
Walk down the coffee maker aisle and disappear from view. I'd like to know where the rest of you go.
Imogen.
Bonnie, shall we?
I was going to say, she was just like, well, it seems appropriate. And she just sort of links her arm in his. And
I think we still need these.
I don't think so. And she's pulling it off and taking her jacket off
Yep.
as well.
Well, I guess we should. No sense in having good coffee go to waste. He drinks the last.
Neck it. Lee, are you coming with us? Or are you going to go with the crazy person?
Or acrobat. I don't know. Would you like some help? Or I assume acrobat is.
I don't know who else it would be.
Would you like us to all come along with you?
I mean, you can come with us. I just...
Where are you even going?
Bonnie and Clyde.
This way.
Right. You know, I tend to work a bit better by myself.
I figured as much.
Okay.
Good
Here.
luck.
I actually, I think for a moment, and I hand her the Leatherman. You never know. I can take care of myself, but you never know when the right tool might make all the difference.
And she'll kind of pull out her thief tool kit from
Oh,
her bag and just
yeah, your
shove
full
it.
locksmithing kit. Never mind. You're all set.
I think I'm good.
Imogen's
Is there a
just
way-
smiling at her.
Yep.
But we'll see you afterwards, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
Good
to
luck.
be clear, no one is going down John's path. John is going down Imogen's. Imogen and Clinton are going down the Bonnie and Clyde one, which assumedly is designed for them both. And Julan is heading down the Acrobat.
Wait, so there's the Bonnie and Clyde, Imogen's, John's, and Shilan's?
There's also an
There's
invisible
four?
man.
Invisible Man as well. There's Clinton, there's Clinton, theoretically Grimlin and Moriarty, Imogen, Acrobat, which is interesting that Acrobat stands alone. So I wonder if it's a test, but we'll see.
Is one of them Dinah?
Strategy. She was all about strategy, wasn't she?
She also blended in.
Not like Clinton.
No, I mean like.
I can't imagine the Invisible Man. I don't know. We'll see. Right? Who knows? Maybe Bonnie and Clyde is X and.
I was gonna say, off you go.
So, Julan, your path leads down some stairs underneath the warehouses. Imogen and Clinton, yours leads up a ramp as though it's going onto a ship. And John, who we will be starting with, yours stays on level ground and heads into a warehouse. I'm actually gonna be right back really quick, but as you guys enter, music seems to follow you. It's as though your location is being tracked somehow. I'll be right back shortly.
I don't trust this. I don't trust this.
I'm voting it's a costume change.
Same.
What has he done, Alice?
To be
She
fair,
knows.
he's been trying to keep a lot of this from me, so.
Okay. Clinton will look towards Imogen and be like, I don't know what you think. Music, yes, no,
No.
do without. Maybe I wonder if we could change the chat.
Why? Oh, right. I just don't understand why everyone has to make such a theatrical production out of everything. Just if you're going to kill someone, kill them.
Yes.
John climbs over the wall. Hey, what are you guys talking about over here?
We were,
Get back in your aisle.
we're going up on a ship.
Yeah.
I
no.
was gonna say, how are you peering over the edge of a ship?
You guys look over,
The
wings.
porthole.
Yeah. Like the little pigeon wings fluttering.
You guys didn't know that I was also the meta pigeon.
I don't know, maybe it was just a bio break.
Just suspicion.
Tee.
I don't like this.
John,
Yeah.
you enter a warehouse space, which has been. You come through these main, like, shutter doors that have been left open. Beyond them, there's glasses set up like mirrors, all different shapes and sizes, like a house of mirrors.
hmm
At the end of this short corridor, there is a telly, which is off.
John goes over and he knocks the television over. Well, that was easy. Problem solved.
Like, a tannoy system color. Oh, that's no good at all. We were supposed to communicate through that. Now what are we gonna do?
Oh, no.
Oh well!
How dare you mock the voice of God?
The voice of God! Please, now! You don't look much like the waitress.
That's right. We've pulled a fast one on you, Mr. Laffy Man.
didn't plan for this, did you?
Plan? I didn't plan at all!
Wonderful, neither have I.
You know, you seem different.
And you seem interesting.
You haven't bought any sandwiches with you by chance, have you?
No? Why?
Well, that's your thing. Walking around the town, giving sandwiches to everyone.
Well, tomorrow I will give sandwiches to everyone. I don't understand what you accomplish. You're asking me if I have sandwiches. I do not have sandwiches. But I do have a sword, and I'm going to cut your throat. Cast you back into the pit.
Oh, come now. I'm just a mild entertainer. What have I done except make people smile?
You spread the plague. Those 2 guards in the booth, I saw what your smiles could do.
Didn't they look happy?
No, they didn't. They looked like they were suffering. And if you are going to inflict suffering on these humans, I have no choice but to cast you down. People should have a choice to be happy. You shouldn't force it on them.
Oh, but what isn't forced on them these days? Better to force something fun, am I right?
No. It's better to let them make their own choice.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Much like your John there. Are you still John in there, Johnny boy?
No. I am Michael. John is gone.
And I thought I was crazy.
It's not a psychosis. He decided to take a back seat.
Oh
I'm
boy.
in control.
I guess it's better to be crazy and in control than insane.
I would assume. Now, there was a problem that you were going to propose to Imogen. I would like to solve it, unless I've already solved it, in which case I've taken your box of souls and smashed it against the ground.
Why don't you take a closer look?
John takes a closer look.
Well now, this is going to be interesting, because avatars can't face danger. So as you go to look down at the broken screen, another Jack-in-the-Box style toy pops out of it, and a taser hits you.
Correction, I cannot face danger against temporary statuses. But, so unless this was, so temporary status, like paralyzed. These tasers coming.
Tickled. Here, allow me. And he grabs the Jack-in-the-Box. His hand flares up, and he begins to scorch the face of this Jack-in-the-Box with the hand of God.
Oh, Johnny boy, you've got some real issues. You should get some professional help.
Perhaps I will.
Never mind, I guess. On to the next room.
What? That didn't solve a problem?
You say problems, I say attractions.
All right, fine. I'll proceed into the next room.
As you follow the Hall of Mirrors around, it opens out into a replica of the diner.
Ha! I don't know anything about this place. You have met your match.
Well, unfortunately, due to some unforeseen circumstances, we've had to bring our proceedings forward. However, I've rigged all of the doomsday... the New Year's clocks to come for 24 hours early. You've got 2 hours to make the perfect cup of coffee, Johnny boy. And a big alarm comes up. Counting down, connected to the coffee machine.
The perfect cup of coffee. How wonderful. I know exactly how to do this.
He goes over and he grabs the coffee pot and he grabs the coffee beans and he begins to take out the butter knife, and on the back side of the handle he begins to crunch up and grind these coffee beans into a fine powder in a small bowl, kind of like a makeshift mortar and pestle. He's going to fill the coffee pot with water. He's going to dump the dusts, the coffee grinds in, and he's going to place the coffee pot in his hand and begins to sear the bottom with fire as he begins boiling the coffee. But I will roll for that if you would like.
No, you can certainly do that. You put the coffee on, nothing seems to happen. The clock carries on counting down.
Is it brewing the coffee?
The coffee will heat up and eventually boil. You can leave it over boiling if you wish.
He's gonna just like wait till it's that nice black as day, black as a moonless night kind of color, and then he's gonna stop and he's going to pour it into a cup, and he's going to wave his hands over it, and he is going to burn holy aura to bless it to be the most perfect and divine cup of coffee ever, to change the game. So he's going to add a story tag on it that says it's perfection, one that says it's divine, and one that says it's extremely delicious. And he's going to place it on the counter.
Ha! And I didn't need to be an alchemist to do this.
So you do this, and you can add that cup of coffee as a story tag to your own thing. But the clock continues to count down.
What is this? I made you a perfect cup of coffee. Would you lie to me? Are you lying?
Static comes through.
Well then, I guess you don't need this machine.
And John puts his hands up and begins to put a bubble around the machine.
Now, this might be a Deus Ex Machina that Clint and Imogen was telling me about. One of those bombs. So I'll put it inside a shield, and then I'll destroy it. That way, if it explodes, it will be contained in the shield. Ha! This is child's play.
And I will let you do that. You don't need to roll for it. You are a god. You or an angel, rather, a hand of God. This is child's play. You can indeed bubble this as though it were Lucifer himself. And
he's just gonna jam his sword into the machine.
Yeah, you break it. The clock stops.
There.
You've solved the first puzzle.
I love solving problems. Now let's go take care of John's.
And with that, we will pan across to Imogen and Clinton. Heading up the ship, you can find there is an open porthole which leads into a large, the back room of the large entertainment lobby, It would seem you've entered backstage.
Huh. So what do you think he's up to? Well, first, we have this music playing, don't we?
Mhm.
First,
Yes.
let's get rid of that. I want to roll to change the channel back to our nice music that we've had through the rest of the campaign.
Yeah. Okay.
Software hacking, electronics mayhem, flaw identification, has a tool, easy with complex system, comedic timing. I think I get comedic timing on this, yeah. And manipulation of probably not mechanical fasteners. I'm assuming there's not antivirus or security measures on.
No, this is jury rigged. If anything, the speakers look like they've been balanced on top of things.
So, wants attention for his work. I can't remember how we've been playing that one, but I mean, I don't think it's a weakness in this case. I think it's a. Yeah. I'll go with what I got.
Okay.
I think. And what's that? Change the game?
Yeah, change the game.
Great success. He just wants to change the channel and that to the music that we've been having, like that sort of nice.
Oh, it's much better. Thank you.
Yes.
If we're behind stage, are there curtains or anything?
There are curtains. You can see it opens out onto a large room with tables and chairs, much like a cruise ship.
And Imogen will slowly walk forwards. Just not stealthily or like because she's worried, but almost like a wander. She's wandering, she's looking around.
Yeah, so I would say that probably going like taking separate routes, like we're sort of doing the rotation of taking in the room. Clinton is definitely looking at rigging, all the backstage equipment, ropes the way that curtains raise and lower, looking for trapdoors in the stage, whether there's an orchestra pit that raises and lowers. Is there a bar, as there are many times at the back of these cruise liners, that has a set of taps, maybe even an ice well, looking out over top of the audience for theatrical lighting, spotlights, etc. Just taking in the place.
Yeah, so the rigging is untouched. It is much like a regular backstage. There's no traps or pop holes made here. The only slight difference is that it is a raised area, but it is not a stage proper. It's not like a theater stage. You're on a boat.
Okay, so it's literally just a platform. It's a performance platform. It's not a actual theater.
Yes, exactly. Okay. There
But
is lighting and stuff.
There's at least a curtain, but it only takes up one deck. It's not like a 3-deck theater. It's a 1-deck theater. So that's, it's static hung curtains and lights.
Okay. On center stage, you will notice a television. There is a bar at the back of the room. And sitting at all of the tables are workers, dock hands or sailors, all of whom sit with broad grins on their faces, unmoving.
Imogen strolls forwards, still looking at almost onto the main bit of the stage. She's just humming to herself and still having a look around. Almost like half dancing to what she's humming to.
So the TV's there in the center, facing towards the audience or facing towards backstage?
They're all facing towards the stage.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's multiple TVs? No,
television. Sorry. The television. I thought you said the dock hands. The television is facing out towards the dock. Yeah, as though everyone's set up to sit and watch it.
Gotcha. Captive audience.
They certainly look happy about it. And I'll just sort of walk over to the TV and have a look. Just tap it a couple of times. I used to whack the old TVs to see if they sort of jolted and worked again.
Oh, that's right. This is an old. It's not flat screen. It's an old CRT.
This is a whack.
Yeah, is there like a VHS recorder attached?
Yeah. There's a video
Is it
thing
like
on
on
the
a
underneath. It's
roller
like the
car?
old, just
Yeah.
like school. Yeah, just like
like-
school. You've got the thing on the roller cart, everything. There is a little VHS set up with the latest thing, SCART connections, going up into the telly.
Mm.
The telly will turn on if you turn it on.
Is there a tape to push in?
Yeah.
There is.
Is it labeled anything?
No,
Okay.
blank cassette.
And I just sort of, Imogen looks to it, say, shall we?
Seems to be how you start the game.
Good. And she just pushes it in and presses play.
Well, well. Who'd have thought that Bonnie and Clyde would choose the middle path? Well, I guess now you're here, we can have a good old time. Oh, who am I kidding? I just want to make people smile. That's all I've ever wanted. Don't you want the same, Clinny boy?
Not so much. Stand out too much.
The tape starts to skip. From the back of the room at the bar, you hear, "You know, we're not so different, you and I." As a man stands, it is Marco Lowry. At least it fits his description. The only difference is his face is painted white, and a broad grin cracks his face. He's wearing the full white suit that you saw in the premonition.
Mr. Lowry, you stopped coming to the diner. You've been missed.
See now, I'm not so sure about you, Imogen. You seem to want to do things by the book all the time. But Clinny boy, I recognize you. I've seen the way that you like to mix things up, stir the pot, create some chaos. And that's why we're the same.
Chaos. Your chaos is my mischief. There's a slight flavor difference there. By the way, you're missing your giant fuse. What's a gag without a switch to throw?
You're a man after my own heart, Clinny boy. You're a man after my own heart. And that's why you want to stop the mists, right?
Grin crosses his face.
Well, so do I. Can you imagine it? A city where no one has to hide, where we can all just be ourselves. The fun we could have.
For sure. But part of the fun is a surprise. Without the mist, now, interrupting it, turning it on and off, when people least expect it. Now that's a gag.
Now, I'd hate to spoil your fun. I really would. And that's why I think we should work together.
Well, make me an offer.
See, now that's the problem. I don't know much about offers and planning. I just know good setups to good jokes.
And you see, that, my friend,
is why
That's
we
fine.
need Imogen.
No, actually, well, yes. Yes, indeed. But that's what makes you the weakest link.
Inferior.
Not quite up to snuff. Resume's a bit light.
Well, how about I give you the setup to my latest joke?
There you go, burying the lead again.
We'll get on with it then.
Oh, but the pleasure's in the anticipation. Picture it, he says, arms wide. 1 million, 2 million people, 3 million, how big do you want to go? Gathered to see the turn of the century. Everyone's scared of the millennium bug. Well, what if we rigged all of the towers and all of the clocks and all of the timers with a little project I've been working on? Make everyone laugh. Laugh till they could die. Just the normies, though. Give us different people a bit of room to breathe and play properly.
Oh, what do you think, sweetheart?
I think he likes the sound of his own voice.
Sure.
And I'm waiting to see the big red button.
Yes. But I don't know. The proposal lacks imagination. Oh, everyone giggles till they die. Really? That's what you've been planning all this time?
Did you laugh when your wife died, Mr. Lowry?
Marky Boy didn't, but I sure did. Got her with the old electric handshake. Ha!
Tired. Just tired.
It's the same gag over and over again.
Seems to me like you guys need to lighten up. Well, I'll tell you what, I don't mind. My comedic genius may not be for everyone.
Genius.
You were waiting for that big red button. He pulls out a transmitter. Your classic red button with an aerial and a blinking red light. And he throws it to you. You get the punchline. It's up to you. You can push it. You don't. I don't mind. And he begins walking away. Oh, you might want to check on your pious friend, though. That bum. He's a real sicko.
No,
So-
I'm not.
Just to be clear, this button is connected to all of the clocks in all of the town, the whole place, the whole shebang.
Yep. All you gotta do is press that button.
We'll discuss it. We'll take it under advisement. But I would say, I don't know. What do you think, sweetheart? Are his services any longer necessary any longer, or should we let the grown-ups talk?
I haven't decided yet. If I'm honest, he's slightly intriguing, obviously insane. But that's what I find quite charming about him. Mr. Lowry, how long, or whoever you are calling yourself, when did this change start to happen?
I've been around as long as there's been a grim person in office, as long as there's been someone who needs a sense of humor. I'm always there lurking in the background. I'm not insane, I'm just crazy. Crazy in love.
Okay.
Edmund donates 2 Wild Magic Surges from his Patreon donation. 1 to Clinton and 1 to Imogen. Could you please both roll 1d243?
Oh, and we were doing so well. What's the number again?
243. Push the nearest red button. Push the nearest red button.
31. That's low.
44. We're both.
God.
It's all the ones you wrote, Alice. We're in trouble now.
Yeah, it could be anyone.
Imogen begins to hover.
I'm down with that.
She
Okay.
begins to float. And 44, not 41. Clinton sees omens of impending doom in everything.
Standard.
So,
Yeah, so have I literally just gone whoop as we're stood there, or
Yes, you've begun to hover.
okay? Oh. Well, I've not done this before.
Well, I've not got time to go and play around with magic tricks. I've got an acrobat to go and watch.
You're a magician.
No. I'm a joker. A comedian.
Uh-uh.
well, go have a laugh now. Run along.
All of life is a laugh. You just don't get the joke yet. And he leaves the room, slamming the door behind him.
So, sweetheart, what I see here isn't a button to pull off Laughing Boy's joke. It's an opportunity for us to make something that was quite pedantic, something really spectacular.
And with that clever brain of yours, would you be able to rewire it at all for anything specific?
Oh, it's fully electronic.
Newfangled, all these clever little gadgets.
Ah, yes, but we have lovely cruise ship here. I bet there's a radio room somewhere. Plenty of wire all through this theater, covered with all of this electrical lighting.
And he definitely has a microphone somewhere.
And there's definitely somewhere. Shall we go and have some fun?
Are you?
Let's go look for the radio room, shall we?
Absolutely.
Would you like to investigate anything in this room as you talk about the wires and everything else?
I'm just
Sure.
constantly looking around, can I analyze if any of the people are moving? Are they alive? Are they dead? Or just certain behavior?
If they are alive, they are shells of people,
Okay.
as though they've gone under severe mental trauma.
Yeah, he would want to take a look around just to sort of see what's at his disposal. Theaters are wonderful places for lights, transmitters. Even in the 80s, you have a lot of electronic triggering of effects, little things like that. Even there could be a little CCTV in here that's not necessarily on a network, so might not have been blacked out. So I think it's kind of a little bit of a scavenging lookabout.
So give me an investigate roll first of all.
Okay.
Let's do this properly. Let's do this by the rules.
Okay. So complex system. So he's thinking of how he can use this to make some crazy big something. Has tools, fly identification. I've got electronics mayhem, but I mean, can we go sort of put that towards electrical systems that use electricity?
Electronics mayhem is almost eerily correctly worded for this.
Okay. No one's really watching. He's going to be careful as he does this. Well, manipulation of mechanical fasteners is always good for opening up boards and cabinets. And you tell me, is there antivirus or security measures to whatever to this stuff I'm looking at?
No. This is very simple stuff.
Okay. All these people are comatose. None of them are moving. None of them are confronting me.
They are not confronting you.
That's fine.
But
You don't have to come up with something.
They're not confronting you, but they are. It feels like you've got an audience. So maybe we could hard to act while directly observe.
Okay. Yeah, especially if he's going to try to use. Yeah, he's going to use infiltration. So investigate.
A 13. A power of 4. That's 4 clues.
Well, I guess just the very first thing as he's going around, is this room booby-trapped in some way?
This whole room is rigged to explode.
Yeah. Expected. Is this button that he's been thrown to actually anything other than just a dummy button?
This button is rigged to make this room explode.
Oh, great. Are the doors basically rigged that if they are opened again now that he is left to make the room explode?
They are not rigged to make the room explode, but they are magnetically sealed.
They are magnetically sealed. Okay. And I think we already established as we came in, this is a single deck. You know, it is a lounge, not a theater type idea. So it's being able to get through the ceiling, you know, up into a loft space or down into a pit is not a question. I will look to sweetheart. Anything particularly you'd like me to look for? He, of course, is rigged it to blow. The doors are magnetically sealed. The button actually is worth something. Does it look like it can transmit? Is it this button is only to blow up the room? It doesn't connect all the clocks?
Hard to say from here.
Hard to say from here.
It could. It's like a radio transmission. So you can tell this
shortwave that it could long distance, or does it have the power to be able to truly, I mean, to blanket a city and control every clock? You got a serious power source on that.
This button could not, but if there's a relay on the boat, it could.
Yeah, it could trigger something else. Anything you'd like to know, sweetheart?
A way out, a trap door. I just don't.
Oh, I bet we're going to have to disarm it.
Well, yes, but we've done that before, so.
Yeah. I bet he has a trick up his sleeve.
Oh gosh, yes, with some ridiculous punchline at the end.
Has he seen what I've been able to do? What if you needed to stop me? What would you do?
And she sort of just has a think, and she's smiling to herself. She's probably manipulation of the mind, but there's no need to do that, and he's not here, so.
Oh, but we've got this whole room full of minds, don't we?
How well are these minds? And sort of, can I go over and I'm literally just. I'm grabbing like the closest one by the face and moving his face from side to side and looking up and down to see what these guys are actually, what state they're in, other than smiling.
Quite far gone.
Can I?
It's either like a 10 tier status or.
Okay.
Oh, so like gone.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Have they got anything on them? Are they set to
explode or?
They're not set to explode. No. It seems they're just literally set here as A, collateral damage, and B, it looks like they're deliberately set up to be an audience. They're all facing the stage.
Mm-hmm. Can I check the TV, please? Just to see if it's still going, if it's turning on. Is there another video?
Let's start to skip, you said. That's interesting. So did it go to like snow, or was it replaying the same last little bit?
It was going like, you know when cassettes get to a break in the tape and it starts trying to stretch out the tape and rewinding and going again, so like the frames just start going.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we take the tape out, is there any way we can rewind it without damaging it or anything like that?
Could certainly try.
Like, not that I have a pencil and I'm gonna sit here and do it like a set, but yeah, I'll probably take it and have a look at it.
I'll certainly loan you a power tag if you want to.
I was gonna say you're the.
If you want to hand it to me, I can do it.
You probably best for that. You're the electrical one.
So this is actually mechanical because it's an old VHS tape, but I would say that certainly manipulation mechanical fasteners would work. Always has a tool, so I'd be able to find something, whether it's a pencil or whatever, to fit in there. This isn't complex. Fall identification, he probably would find out that, be able to see if there was that this is a spliced videotape or something that's jamming it. I assume it's all these people are sort of looking at him still.
Oh yeah.
That's probably all of it, though. I can't think of anything else here. Why? If something's clicked. Oh no, he's observed. So yeah, nope. Let's see. And what's this? What am I doing? Is this investigate? Change the game? What is this to get to figure out what's up with the tape? Is that truly just sort of investigate, but kind of not?
We'll go with change the game. You probably just want to get it working, so we'll get try and give it the story tag repaired.
Okay, which is change the game?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, that is mild. So it is. So I guess I can get rid of repair. So create a story tag.
Yes, indeed. So on the create, you can that's enough. You can give it the story tag working, and as the tape continues on, you see the Joker sort of like behind the bar, mixing a drink. The thing is, the best punchlines you don't see coming. Now, what's the best way to get the jump on everyone? Distract them. Enjoy your puzzles, boys. I'll see you very soon. And he leaves the theater.
Well,
can I walk up to just the doors and just see them, test them, look at them?
Mm-hmm. They don't open. They are magnetically sealed at the moment.
Well, I concur, don't you, sweetheart? Distractions are a lovely thing. I'm not going to defuse the bomb. I just want to get the door open and keep the button with me for when we might need to blow up a ship as a distraction. Because
a very nice distraction that will be.
So yeah, being very careful to keep the bomb intact. The whole room rigged to explode, because I look to Imogen, and I look to the group of the theater full of people, and I look back. Oh well, and go to open the doors. So, electronics mayhem, flaw identification, complex systems, probably not comedic timing, maybe not.
I think when you're dealing with the Joker, comedic timing is pretty much a granted.
Okay.
Subbot. Subfather's back in the house.
Woo!
47 Ed.
47 gifted subs
I'm
so
assuming-
far.
This has changed the game again, yeah?
This will be take a risk.
Oh, okay. So I kept the weakness tag of hard to act while directly observed. I don't see where there would be another tension for his work.
Yeah, you could do
Leave the
that.
bomb intact. I mean, is kind of like he gets it later, so he's not. And unless does he have security and antivirus on me opening the doors? Is that going to
Well, I would say that the magnetic lock is a security measure. I
Okay.
suppose it is an electronic security measure. Yeah, it's
Okay, so yeah, just like any locked door, it's to not be, but it's not a software type idea. It's not computer lock. It's a standard. Apply power to an electromagnet. The electromagnet is stronger than being able to open the door.
Mhm.
Too many engineers in the room. Take a risk. Zinc. That'd be a great success with a 13.
excellent. On a great success with a 13, you get the bombs. You somehow manage to open the door, override the hidden triggers.
Oh, we're not taking them with us. We're leaving the bombs here.
Oh. So the take a risk on a 10 plus, you do it. Whatever you're trying to do, you do it somehow,
Okay.
no matter how impossible.
Yeah, no, the idea here is that we're leaving the bomb intact so that if we need a distraction, we can blow up the room.
We're just taking the remote.
Yep, we're taking the remote, and we'd probably close the door behind us. Jink.
Thank you. Is she's sort of going to step through and smile as they get the other
Oh.
side.
Before we go through, martini. There's a whole bar here.
Oh, I haven't had one of those in such a long time.
So,
Okay,
yes.
just a quick one.
Yeah. We take a moment to grab martini glasses, make some nice dry martinis, and close the door behind us as we leave.
Excellent. So
Clink.
we've got some things to catch up on. Welcome to the party. Thank you for the raid and welcome. Olivia, or rather Ali as we know her, donates £3 a month via Patreon. Thank you very much for that new Patreon.
Woo, thank you.
We also have Ed has gifted a sub to Alice. Alice, you get a nat 1 or 20 to gift as you wish, and he also gifted a sub to Nightbot, so our raid command will work again, which is beautiful. Thank you very much, Ed. Alice, who would you like your nat 1 or 20 to go to? Oh, and also Twilight's Fall gives another nat 20 to Tool School to further his plans.
Could I give
Thank
a
you.
nat 1 to you, please? Scrap.
Yes, you can.
Nice.
And Ed asked for the Nightbot sub to go for a nat 20 to John Michael situation.
I have done that now. We
John
then
Michael.
are going to pan across to Julan. However, Julan has not altered the music.
Nope.
You go down this corridor, and the
Wow,
lights...
hold on.
Okay.
Hold on a second.
You have the option to go down this corridor.
Hey, what is this building looking like that this corridor leads to?
It looks like a basement of a warehouse. Probably where the power is, that sort of thing.
So it's going down into a basement.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, she's gonna go down the corridor, but like again, sticking very close to the edges,
So
taking her time.
as you carry on down, sticking down, the lights seem to get dimmer as you go down until there's just single lights illuminating single spots. It becomes difficult to see, and a spotlight shines on one big old-fashioned relay-style switch. It just shines on the switch.
don't have any idea what the switch does. I'm gonna take a.
Looks like an on switch.
Do I see wires leading somewhere else?
Oh yeah, there's wires coming off it.
If I'm using my weird spotting evil eyes, what am I seeing?
Spotting evil everywhere.
It basically lights up like a freaking Christmas tree around here.
Yeah. You know, I remember running in with someone like you before. Perhaps it was a past life, but I just remember this person always leaning over me. And he always had these little acrobats with him, and God, I hated them. I remember what I did to some of them. The name Jason rings a bell.
Okay. Cool. So clearly I'm supposed to be the acrobat. What do you plan to do on me? Oh, spooky, mysterious laughter. God. And she just kind of leans over to the switch and pulls it.
Lights come on. The ceiling has been removed from the basement. The generators are all rigged up to these big circus lights. There's a tightrope, a trapeze, all of these wonderful acrobatic circus acts around. The first thing you will notice is that the bodies of the people from your den are all over this place, hanging from the trapeze, set up on the tightrope platforms, all over this room. Doesn't this just feel like home?
Sure does. And like I'm kind of like looking. Are there any exits out? Any windows? Any spare ropes that are kind of lying around and not occupied?
As you are looking for an exit, you can see all the doors have been bolted off. However, if you were to climb the tightrope, walk it, and use the trapeze, you could swing out of a large hole that has been cut in the wall.
You really like the circus stuff, don't you?
Oh, the circus is designed to make people laugh. And that's the best thing in the world, don't you think?
Yep. Okay. Well, you know, circuses might make you laugh. And, unless you're paying me, I'm not gonna be a circus monkey. I'm still eyeing that hole, but I'm taking a quick look around.
Yep.
Kind of see if there's anything weird other than the whole situation. Anything that's strange for the situation and the scenario that shouldn't belong.
Yes. On the floor, there is a crowbar.
Interesting. Yeah. I keep a note of where it is, and I keep walking. Kind of, doing a circuit around the stage.
It's set up like a stage.
Can I tell where the voice is coming from?
It's coming from a speaker.
Okay. And do I spot any cameras?
There aren't any cameras, no.
So I'm not exactly sure what you're expecting here, clown. Honestly.
Well, like all things, fight or flight, little bird. Do you take a weapon or do you fly away? Out the window. And as he says this, the ring that exits the room lights up, a ring of fire. Some people call it cliche. I just say it's good art.
You have bad taste. Jeez.
Oh, come now. All opinions are valid.
I'm sure they are. I'm gonna just kind of, slide my foot under the crowbar and just kind of kick it up to my hand.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to jump onto from the ground level.
Could you please face danger?
Oh, of course. Let's spend one of those nat 20s.
I'll tell you what's going to happen, and you can tell me how you avoid it with your nat 20. The crowbar was rigged with an electrical charge. It was set to tase someone who holds it.
Yeah, so as she kind of kicks it up, and just before she's about to grab it, she kind of sees the little spark off of it. And instead she just kicks it towards the speaker again. And it falls to the ground. And from the ground level, she'll just hop onto the tight wire.
To get onto the tight wire, well, you can do that. Yeah, you can hop straight on.
I can jump wherever the frick I want.
Yes, you can. Do you put your weight on it? Because there are a couple of bodies hung over it at the moment.
I'm going to use the bodies as a potential protector between me and whatever the heck this tripwire is. This tightrope is.
So you're going to... Sorry.
So if the bodies are flung or kind of hung over them, I'm standing on them.
On the bodies?
Mm-hmm.
You will recognize these as your old gang. As you settle your weight on them, they will shift and begin to fall.
I'm gonna look at the wire and see if there's anything weird about it. The tightrope.
I mean, it looks like a tight wire.
Is there, when I look at the poles, does it look like electrical surges will be going through these?
Not so much, no. This does look like traditional... If you've ever been to a circus, or if you know anything about the circus, you'll know this does look like traditional wire.
Okay. Once she kind of realizes that if she does this, they'll fall off, she'll shift onto the actual tightrope itself.
You can see from this, you couldn't see from below, but on the tightrope, you can see on one of the platforms, there's like a coat hook with a red and yellow suit on it.
I'm guessing you expected me to wear that. And she just kind of looks down at her hoodie. I'm good. And from my vantage point, I'd also be able to see the hole. Can I see through it and to what would be in there?
Yes, through the hole is a room. The room is laid out as though there is a dinner table. And there are people sitting in the seats, at least 2.
Sheila's just gonna... She's going to take out one of her, like the bobby pins, and just kind of toss it through the hole.
Lands on the other side.
Alright. And she'll just kind of hop. And of course, she's going to kind of, stick by the hole for a second.
The 2 chairs are turned to face ever so slightly away from you. They're at each head of the table. And in the center of the table, there is a television.
Oh, great. Sure love to watch TV while I have dinner. And what are the exits like here?
There's an open door. You can just leave.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop down and just kind of stroll forward. Trying to keep it as casual as possible.
Mm-hmm. Strolling towards the television, towards the people.
Yeah, towards the television.
Thank you, Cataflipsy, for that sub. Okay, as you approach the television, you can see that the 2 people from side profile, their faces are covered in bandages. Like their heads are bandaged up all over.
Clothes and build. Do I recognize them?
Yes, one looks like the body of your best friend. The other looks like the body of your boss.
Alright, clown. Is the TV on?
Not yet.
Turn on the TV.
Hello, welcome, Acrobat. Or Lee, is it? Now, right here, we've got ourselves a lovely little dinner. But unfortunately, some faces just aren't made for smiling, no matter how good your anecdotes are. How rude. So we had to change things around a little bit. If a face isn't made for smiling, it just shouldn't be at all, I say. You've got 10 seconds. And a little timer on top of the thing starts ticking down. 10.
To do what?
9. 8.
I'm looking at the. Oh, what is that connected to? What is the timer connected to?
The telly. 7.
I am going to.
6.
I'm going to tip over the table.
Okay. The telly falls to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
The timer falls off, going to the extent of the wires. And 5. Or
Is there any other wires connected to it?
power cable.
I'm waiting for that power cable. God damn it.
Tick tock, you better save someone.
Yeah, I'm
3.
going for the power cord.
Okay, yeah, as you pull the power cord, the telly turns off. The music stops, but the timer keeps going.
Oh my god.
3.
I am going to.
2.
My boss was alive the last time I saw her. I'm grabbing her.
Grabbing your boss.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what are you doing?
Getting out. I'm jumping if I have to.
You can indeed. Give me a take the risk.
Okay. With that, good job. This is great. I'm going to do impossible leaps, jump away in time, attack from any angle, underestimate me and never see it coming, and slip away unnoticed. Weakness is... This is feeding my pride.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Take risk.
You roll a great success. You grab hold of your boss's warm body and dive out of the door just as the telly explodes, taking away the room, lighting everything out in there. You fly out with the extra force of the explosion. The door leads into a cage. And as you go through, the cage door closes. And with that, we'll pan across to John Doe, or rather Michael.
Okay.
You were heading towards John's puzzle, I believe.
Yep. He is walking towards John's puzzle.
Mhm.
So he gets out of the Imogen's corridor, turns, and goes down John's corridor.
Excellent. As you head down John's corridor, you will find a door that leads into a room where there is a projector set up to shine against a white wall.
Ah, I remember this one.
He goes over to the projector and knocks it over.
As you approach it, you hear a voice come over and say, "Hey, no, not so fast, Mikey boy. You might want to know a thing or two about John, and they're all on them tapes. Or should I say, Danny?"
Well, I feel like this is something that John should see, not me. It seems private. So...
He places his hand on the projector. He picks up the projector and he smashes the lens.
I'll tell John to come back and see it when I am done here.
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure he will be much appreciative that he has some kind of recollection of who he was.
Oh, you might wanna maybe take a little look at that. I mean, I assume you've chosen this vessel because of his holier-than-thou attitude. Am I right?
No, I asked him if he would allow me to take over his body, and he said yes.
And you take the body of a sinner so easily.
Everyone is worth redemption, even you.
Good, that's what I like about you, Johnny boy, or whatever your name is. Always believing in the good, right?
Right.
We need
Well,
people like you. A
We need
fall
less
guy.
people like you.
Someone who can, you can set the jokes up with.
So, what is this problem that John has? Allow me to swiftly and effortlessly complete it like I completed Imogen's problem. I made the perfect cup of coffee, which I will then show her. Now she'll
Well-
never have to worry about making an imperfect cup of coffee again.
Well, Angel Face. Do you mind if I call you Angel Face?
Absolutely, I do mind. I will tear out your vocal cords and feed them to the demons of hell.
So quick with the violence, I mean. Anyone would think you're unhinged.
I am not unhinged. I am not a door. I am an angel.
You know, I've hardly ever seen you around. I mean, the last time I saw you around was... I've never seen you around. You need to get out more.
People keep telling me that, but I just keep getting the workload placed upon me.
Mm-hmm. Well, now, you see, this room was really designed for John, Angel Face. And, I'm not sure what you can do with it. He was gonna watch the tape, get a big reveal about how he killed his own wife, and then I was gonna dump the body on him.
Oh. May I have the body?
Yeah, sure.
The hatch opens, and 5 red balloons and a corpse fall out of it onto the floor.
Well, John puts his arms out and catches the corpse.
Yeah, okay, you can catch the corpse.
He places a hand on Danny's wife and begins to mutter a prayer, begins to sanctify the corpse and the soul that was attached to it. Wherever it is floating, may it find its way to heaven. And he will burn Hand of God and Holy Aura to do so.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be a not sure if that would be a change of game or anything. It's just giving them peace on the way to the afterlife, I suppose. I guess it is a change of the game. Well, yeah. Doing right by John.
He places the corpse on the ground. He takes off his trench coat and places it over the body and kind of creates kind of like a burial shroud around the body. There. Now I have prepped the body.
Well, I must say, Angel Face, you're really putting a spanner in the works. I didn't plan for you, you know.
And that is why you will fail. You didn't think of all the outcomes.
Well, yeah, divine intervention wasn't on my list of potential hazards, you know. Even insurance companies don't give you against acts of God. Ah, well. I guess you'll be wanting to fly around the city, disarming all the bombs with your flaming sword, am I right?
No. I'm
Oh.
going to take out the person controlling the bombs. I don't know anything about explosives, but I know Imogen and Clinton do. Therefore, I perceive and assume that they're already wise to your explosive plan and is going around disarming the bombs as we speak. Now it is time for you and I, Mono de Angelo.
Well, the thing is, Angelo, if you prefer the name Angela, the thing is, I really think that you should know that Imogen and Clinton, they ain't good folks. How long have you known them?
4 hours.
Oh boy, oh boy. And you should hear the things they say about you.
Everyone is entitled to their opinion. They choose to have that.
Well, if you say all opinions are correct, how can I be wrong? In my opinion, genocide is a solution to making a more interesting world. Ain't that a crack?
And you have a right to that opinion. Unfortunately, I find the opinion to be wrong.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but Imogen and Clinton, they're not going to be defusing them bombs. I don't know if you'd have noticed, but they're of a very similar opinion to me.
So I should just kill all 3 of you. Keep the planet safe. Keep the creations safe. Kill all 3 of you.
Well, yeah, I suppose that's one solution. But then I guess the next on your list would be the president. He's sitting there on that big red button just waiting to blow everything up too. Then the Russians, the Chinese, pretty much all humans. You see, everyone pretends like they're these decent people, but it's all a lie. Deep down, they're all the same. Yeah, put them in a uniform and give them a bunch of missiles with numbers and they just can't wait to press the buttons.
I see.
Have you watched any news over the last 50 years?
No.
Oh!
We don't get televised events.
You've been missing out, ain't Angela? There's all sorts of quality entertainment you've been missing. All sorts of jokes.
All right.
Cold
Instead of
War.
using your giant speaker thing, why don't you come down and face me? We'll make this quick.
Well, to do that, I'd have to be there with you.
All right, well, you tell me where you are and I will come to you.
I'm currently flying above the city.
All right.
John just like crashes through the roof, if there is a ceiling,
Mm-hmm.
and then he goes searching for Larry.
Okay, as you fly over the city, you can indeed see a large purple blimp covered in green LEDs that is flashing.
No. I see. He rides a giant gaseous dragon. Very well. I remember what happened to the Hindenburg. I was the one working that day.
And he goes over, he flies over, and he's going to throw out just hundreds of razor sharp feathers, like throwing knives towards the blimp.
Mm-hmm. As we do that, I'm going to pan first back to Julian.
Well. Looks to me like you're stuck in a cage, little acrobat.
Real observant, asshole.
Footsteps. The sound of a hammer being pulled back on a gun.
Slowly turn.
An oversized pistol. Aiming at you.
What else is in the room?
Bars. You're outside. This is a made cage.
Okay.
See, there was something about those little acrobats that just always used to make me hate them. Like, I had this big agenda, I had this purpose, this thing that I had to do, and those little acrobats would just make it so weak and pitiful. I can't stand that.
Yeah, good for them. I'm looking at the door to this cage. Is there a lock system?
No. It was a sliding door.
So tell me, acrobat, you got any last words?
I think I'll just say that you underestimated me.
Well, it's an interesting choice of words. Maybe I'll get the joke one day.
And he pulls the trigger.
I would like to stop holding back.
Fantastic. Please describe to me how you do this.
So, as she just says, as she listens to the Joker, last little chuckle, it's almost as if time kind of slows down as the click of the pistol goes. And there is what first is a soft golden glow from around her eyes is kind of spread around her. And looking at the cage, she jumps up and kicks the point of the cage close to the ceiling, where she knows she could probably, if she hit with enough force, tip it over onto the pistol, and letting the sliding door stop being meshed with gravity and up on the ceiling.
Okay. Now, I suppose the thing that really makes us a stop holding back is also avoiding the gunshot at the same time.
Yeah, so basically the whole idea is, how close is the gun to her?
Like a foot away.
Yeah, so essentially if she tips over the cage, that's going to go right on her.
Yeah.
So she kind of gets weirdly to that point of the cage where she can kick it and tip
you
it
can
over.
already see
Yeah.
the bullet breaching the barrel, so
Mhm.
this is going to be super fast. So I
Yep.
I have a feeling it's going to be I mean, it's definitely not an ultimate, I would say. This isn't that far-fetched, but you do need to move pretty quick. So perhaps a no return?
Okay. Oh boy.
You got it. You got it.
So is this just a...
Stock up the. I forget how these work, but
So do I just roll it, or what's clarify
plus
for me?
3, right? Because of it's your mythoses.
So stop holding back is just a dice roll plus the amount of logos that you have. You only have 1 at the moment.
Yeah, I only have
You
one.
do, however, have 2 nat 20s and 2 advantages. And
Oh.
since you haven't called them yet, I'm going to call a nat 1 on you.
Oh, you...
On a nat 1, which would be a 6, well, which would be a 2, you pay the price given for a 7 to 9, but you also lose control over your powers or fail to use them as planned. Now, I'm going to let you kick over the cage. I'm going to let you break the gun, but I would like you, being stuck in a cage as you are, I would like you to use all of your powers as if you were an avatar to lose control. Rectify the wrongs that you've seen so far.
Okay. So, as the cage is kicked over, there's anger that rises, that how dare this person put the Monkey King, that equal of heaven, in a fucking cage like a circus monkey. And so she basically just slips through the bars up onto the top of the cage. And as she sees the Joker there,
his arm gets trapped under the cage as it falls. You see the gun with the ridiculously long barrel slide along the floor. The flag bang hanging out the front.
And as I jump off and square kick him in the chest, pinning him to the ground if I can.
For a little guy, you kick like a mule.
I told you shouldn't have underestimated me, clown. Here's the punchline. I'm gonna sock him right in the face.
Oh. That's quite a punch you got them.
Punch him again.
See, the thing about punchlines is it doesn't matter how good they are. It's all about who gets the last laugh.
Oh, good. Well, when you're cautious, I can have that. I'll punch him again.
You can continue to punch him.
Oh, yeah.
He's unconscious if you like.
Mm-hmm.
I would like you to face danger though.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use another nat 1 on you.
I had another one?
Yeah, you had 2. As you are punching him, pulling back and laying into him, you realize that there's a sticky feeling to your muscles. And as you look down, you can see that the Joker has been holding a knife near your ribs the whole time. And every time you've punched him, he's just been plunging it in. However, you can beat him into unconsciousness. You
Oh,
just
yeah.
Take these injuries with you.
Oh, yeah. And as soon as he's unconscious,
Grinning maniacally.
yeah. I keep the...
Give us a toe-to-toe, actually, because he is also an avatar. So give me a toe-to-toe roll.
Oh, boy. Okay. We're gonna do... Jump away in time, attack from any angle.
Lash out aggressively if restrained.
Yup. Also gonna use your own words against me, underestimate me, and never see it coming. I don't know if emotion clouded their thinking.
There's definitely an emotion that clouds his thinking, but I'm not sure it's to your advantage.
Yeah.
Chat is shouting at you to use your crits.
Yeah. I'll do that. I was looking at him like, wait, yeah. Screw it.
So on a toe-to-toe, on a crit, you get to choose 2 of the following, unless you have dynamite and toe-to-toe. You get them good, giving your opponent a status with a tier plus power. You manage to achieve your goal, take something they hold, and you can block, dodge, and counter their best attempts. We'll call that after you've already been stabbed.
Okay.
Are you using a nat 20 or an advantage, sorry?
I'm using a nat 20.
Okay.
And I can do one of those things?
You can choose 2 on a 10.
2. Okay. Will I... Do I have to use my I get what I want? Or is he already kind of knocked out? Because if he's not, I will use 1 on that.
Get what I want, sorry.
Yeah, to achieve my goal, which
Yep.
is to
Knock him out.
knock him out. I don't really care about being stabbed right now. So
So you can get him good and you can get your goal if you like.
yeah.
Okay. So, in doing that, you can indeed knock him out, this broad grin on his face as he chuckles even into unconsciousness. You get him real good. You hear the crack of his bones several times. You've almost certainly broken that smiling jaw as it hangs limply, still grinning, almost crooked now as it hangs. However, as you hit him, making no attempt to avoid his stabbings, he leaves the knife in your ribs, and with your final blow, he just pushes the button on his collar, and it pushes a cloud of noxious gas into your face.
I'm gonna hold that knife in there, but I want to jump back as soon as I get that cloud of gas in my face.
You know exactly what gas this is.
Yep.
Would you like to do me a face danger?
Yes, I would like to use my advantage for this.
Of course.
Yeah, yeah, jump away in time. Attack from any angle.
2 nat 1s each for Alice and Kiana, specifically
Why?
to call against you, Scrap.
Okay. I was like, what?
I make such good use of the nat 1s.
Go away. Underestimate me and never see it coming. Could I use true intentions? You know, seeing the intent of doing this to help me? Or...
No, not so much. This isn't so much of an
Okay.
intention as just a reaction.
Okay, and slip away unnoticed. And lash out aggressively if restrained. This whole situation is like claustrophobia to her. Face danger. No. That was Snake Eyes.
Hang a minute. You're using your advantage, right?
Yeah.
Second
Okay,
roll.
yeah. Come on. Okay.
A 10. There you go. See?
Yep, jump away. Goodbye. Nope. Out.
So on a 10 plus, you fend off the effect and take no status at all. So you somehow manage to jump through the mist and avoid the noxious laughter.
Yeah, still holding the knife, making sure that it doesn't move.
You've got multiple stab wounds, probably
Yeah.
about 10.
Lovely. Can I see the other buildings?
If you jump high enough, yeah.
And Boss is still in the cage.
Yes.
Right. I want to get her out.
Uh-huh. You can see the room burning behind you where the body of your best friend was.
And I'll kind of grab her and bring her out. Gently as I can.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to grab the Joker's white-clad foot start dragging him. Not gently. And up onto a building.
Why don't we leave you on top of that building for a second and pan across to Imogen and Clinton leaving the theatre. Outside the theatre there is a small box. It is purple and green and it has a handle on the side.
Another one.
Of course.
Well, do we leave it or shall we open it?
Can we have our music back?
Yes,
we
of
worked
course.
hard for that.
I've rolled for that
Yeah.
stuff, man.
You did. You did. We'll go for the suspense music for fun.
Well, it'll either kill us, or it's the next part of the game. Which, or both.
Normally they come in together, so
Can take a look before we open it.
that's probably for the best.
So, quick investigate, just for traps.
Yeah, sure.
Flaws, tools. Don't know if there's any software in this. Mechanical fasteners. Oh, hit reset. Sorry. Like, why didn't that roll? Because you pressed the wrong button. Don't know how complex that is. Is it complex?
No. No,
Generally
it's
simple.
surprisingly simple, yeah.
Yep. No electronics.
Nope. Just looks like a box of a handle.
Okay, box with the handle. Great success. Is it trapped? That's all I want to know.
On a great success, no, it's not trapped. There is a spring behind the lid that will pop out with a humorous toy on, but you can actually lift the lid without winding the handle.
So we good to go?
We're good to go.
And I'll probably stand to the side and lift open the box lid.
So, in the box, there is... Oh, I've just realised that Kiana's now an avatar as well.
Oh, did you just crack?
I replaced the theme.
Guess beating the hell out of the Joker finally got to her.
Oh.
So, in this box, there is a note which in green crayon says, "Plans, top secret, no peeking."
I'm peeking, and she just
it's
opens
also
it.
a police radio.
Open the letter, please.
Well, I turn on the radio.
So as you turn on the radio, you can hear calls for assistance. All of the police stations are being overrun with thugs bearing arms and strange gases in gas masks. Similarly, the bomb squad is being called out to several locations. It's chaos on this radio. Generally, people calling for help that just isn't there. In the plan's top secret envelope, you can fold it out and it says, distract the acrobat / kill the acrobat. Remind John who Danny is and break his will. Get Imogen and Clinton on side. Destroy city. And there's depictions of a blimp full of noxious gas hovering above the city, just waiting to be destroyed, and bombs in several high buildings, all of which are rigged to not only take out several stories, but also cover the city in gas.
Are there any gas masks about at all, hanging up anywhere in case someone else will have been using them?
Engine room, perhaps.
Hmm.
Fighting fires on a ship.
Are there any hanging around or anything?
If you guys want to go and look, you can. You've got a bunch of successes, right? So.
Sure, we'll head down to the room and talk as we go.
Hmm.
Dollars to donuts. John's flying towards that blimp.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be lucky enough that those bombs are attached to any sort of electronics from here that I could access. Probably not. Or do we think he's that smart?
And I sort of look at the drawing on the page, and I'm like,
Oh yeah, does it look like there's a relay? Is it all tied to? Is it all tied to this button? The bombs. Make it that. Yeah, we can't have it. We have to go all or nothing.
They are connected to a nearby radio tower.
All or nothing. That's interesting.
the best way to play the game.
That's true. Going all in. I assume a few floors down, as we arrive, we'll look around for gas masks if we can find some, assuming that there's some sort of firefighting gear.
Yeah, do you know what? I'll give you that. I'll take 2 clues and give you each a gas mask.
Okay. I put it probably straight on, actually.
Probably for the best. And Clinton will put one on as well.
Now, what? Do we find him? Do we go to the radio tower? Do we...
Well,
There's just too much to do.
I bet he didn't kill Xiulan.
Oh, no, I wouldn't say so. She's far too springy.
Yes. But, well, I take a look outside towards city to see whether or not I see any tall buildings burning yet, and if there's a blimp still in the sky. As we come out of the ship, I know this is taking some time, so it might be if that's taking up all our time.
You
to
can.
Go down and get gas masks.
As you come out, you can't see the blimp from where you are. However, Xiulan, you can see the blimp from your vantage point on the rooftops, and by the time they've got the gas masks and everything, you've done your whole cage bit, you have the Joker in tow, you can see Imogen and Clinton leaving the ship below you, and you can see John attacking the blimp. John is a distinct distance further than you are. You are also now the Monkey King and have no concern for Xiulan or her wants.
No, yeah.
The avatar
So-
still has an agenda, though. And you
Oh,
have to
yes.
maintain to that agenda, or you lose your avatar.
Oh, but that's right. It's coming out on top, isn't it? Good lord.
It's coming out on top. So,
John wants to just save. Michael just wants to save people. So
yeah, so
So it's interesting. So I would think that the radio is going off, calling for bomb squads. The bombs have been discovered, but there's gas already down at street level, apparently. If this is actually so, again, is this real radio or is this part of the joke? Get us to jump to action before.
Does seem to be something he would do.
Thank you for that sub, Bird. You have a nat 1 or 20 to gift to whomever you please.
Woohoo!
I
Thanks,
recommend
Bird.
more nat 1s towards Kiana.
Can I see if there were any thugs at this place? Are they flocking somewhere? Are they heading in a direction? Can I see anything just movement-wise?
No, it's as though this docks is abandoned.
Yeah, they've left us here out of position.
It's a nat 20 for Imogen.
Thank you, Bad.
So, time to be clever.
Time to be clever. Can I take the radio? So what are we hearing on the radio?
People calling codes for things. I've got an officer down, and all that sort of thing. Then it transfers over to someone else who's saying, we've got 3 men in this building, they've got hostages, they're threatening to kill everyone. That changes again, someone else calling for aid atop this building. We need the bomb squad up here now! A bomb squad is somewhere else, dealing with another bomb.
So all these bombs are rigged not just to explode, but to let loose this gas.
Yes. Minor explosions.
Okay. Well, first of all, we're fine. I'd quite like to meet this Joker again, though I also don't think I'll be getting much information out of him, as he is a little crazy.
Crazy. Crazy for falling in love.
So, I'm sorry. There are reports of gas already, or there's not?
There are reports of gas.
Oh, so the gas is already leaked.
Okay.
It sounds like people have got grenades at ground level.
Ooh, but that's manageable. I think back to the vision. In the vision, we saw people shot up, right? That somehow everyone sort of had gone and turned against each other. Correct?
Mm-hmm. From the city, you can hear the sounds of uncontrollable laughter rising above the noise of otherwise chaos.
I kind of want to have a look. Evaluate the scene as a whole, rather than listening to whispers on a radio and the crazed laughter of a madman.
Well, I want to stop holding back.
What do you want to do?
Couple things. I want to stop holding back big time. This is going to be an all-in, I'm sure. Using Ghost in the Machine as my vehicle for transmission.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to transmit my mischief mastery power tag. I want to become the Ghost in the Machine, so I am everywhere. And guns malfunction when they're around me. Mm-hmm. So basically all guns in the city basically fall apart. And just because it's the Joker, I want to broadcast white noise against his laugh track, so the city falls silent.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So basically, you almost want to become like ethereal. Do you want to leave your body?
Well, yeah, and that's part of my infiltration is that I can phase through solid matter and become translucent. So it's sort of like using my
You
three
just want to
mythoses together as one to
take the scale where it's at a 10, you want to turn it up to a 20. Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
So instead of it just being localized around me by becoming the ghost in the machine, it's the ghost in all machines. It's kind of how its area of effect to basically use my other things, which is basically that guns malfunction, and then just to be for the comedic timing part of it to silence his laughter, or the laughter if it's coming from people's voices that basically no sound comes out, that it's a white noise, track to make it so that they can't hear
Okay.
the laughter. I want to spoil his fun.
You want to spoil
Because
his
what better mischief is there than that? And my big question is, because remind me, this burns down mythoses or does it burn down logoses?
It will burn one of them. I think in this instance,
If I would love to burn mischief mastery, because that's the gun malfunctioning. And easy with complex system. That's kind of like all those things, and also with the comedic timing. If you think that works, or whether it's more the ghost in the machine one.
I think because you're using all three of your mythoses, I think if you do this, you're more likely to lose your logos.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
it's on the brink anyway.
Yeah, that's the thing. It was whether I was going to get confronted before it happened. So he's been riding the line. So no, I'll do it. But if I'm going all that way, then you tell me, and I'm fine with it being ultimate, and I'll roll for it. I won't use a nat 20 because my new mischief mastery is to disrupt a mythos theme. I want to knock the Joker out of Avatar Hood by shutting down his laughter.
Okay.
I'll deal with my DM that I'll take the role.
You know what? You can do that without having to take the roll. If you want to use your nat 20 on it, you can.
Oh, then I'll take the nat 20 then. Let's make this a story.
Excellent. Because
we've got a chance.
Even on a nat 20, on a 10 plus and a stop holding back, you replace one theme. So either way, you're going to enter Avatar Hood.
Yeah.
And things happen exactly as you describe them. The unconscious Joker, the grin sort of subsides just a little bit as he becomes a normal person in Julan's hands. Sort of. Julan won't know this. Around the city, that white noise fills everyone's ears as it comes across all transmissions, all tellies, everything becomes white noise. All of the
it's sort of like that noise canceling, so it literally is in tune with the laughter, so that the people can speak, but when they laugh, it is just silence. So it's I called it, I said white noise, I said it wrong. It's the noise cancellation, like noise cancellating headsets.
Yeah. So this permeating sound, I almost hear it as like a bass. I think bass blocks out the most sound, just covers the city, and this sort of perhaps low, in fact I know a track just like that, this low noise fills the streets so no one can hear the laughter, and even the radios no longer give off the police things, as you just can't hear them. Is there anything else you'd like to describe in that scene? I've started, but this is yours ultimately.
Yeah, no, basic that you see a familiar, Imogen sees a familiar something happen. Clinton's face goes blank. It's a look that she's seen before for years at the diner. And sometimes weird little things would happen and he would say that he didn't notice. It's as the gremlin leaves his body to go and do his business. And Clinton looks at her and goes, lovely weather we're having. Yes.
And she just sort of almost snaps back, looking at him and clocking what's happened. She takes off the gas mask. Goes, yeah, it's not too bad. And something he probably won't have noticed when he's had these weird blankouts before is that she will step a little bit closer and hold a hand just behind his back, not touching him, but just in case he goes to fall back. It's nice weather.
Isn't it, Thest? And he just looks for a second at Claire and just goes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for every 842. And he falls back this time as Clinton disappears and all that is left.
She will probably grab him as he falls down, and try and lay him down because he's going to be heavier anyway, and she's going to try and almost lay him down. And because she probably hasn't been able to do it before, she sort of hugs him to her.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, it was my favorite time of day.
Well, before we go back across to John attacking the blimp, Julian, is there anything that you would like to do from your vantage point where you can see both parties?
Zhang Wukong watches both, sees the chaos that's going to ensue, and dragging the Joker behind is going to start making her way, or his way rather, over down to downtown where the vision takes place, at City Hall. And Imogen will probably see what looks like Shilan leap into the air.
Taking the Joker with you?
Mm-hmm. But her hair is gold. And there's a tail.
Excellent. Michael, you fire your razory arrows towards the blimp. They pierce the blimp, and immediately the blimp begins to deflate, pouring green gas out. And it begins to settle over the...
As the feathers begin to pierce it, I'm going to burn Heavenly Shield and create a bubble around it to contain it.
Okay.
So now I'm holding this giant bubble full of both blimp and gas, and he's going to lower it. He's going to take it and move it towards the sea, and then start lowering it towards the sea.
Sure. Can you roll me a change of the game? You can burn your power tags for a +3.
Okay. We will do Heavenly Shield. Let's see, impervious to mortal weapons. Holy Aura, Unbreakable, and I think that's about it.
Fantastic.
Okay. Okay, change the game. Okay, so that's weird because it didn't add
No,
it
didn't.
as
That's strange.
well because I'm burning the tags, so it's an automatic success.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is. It's like +12. I was expecting. So that's actually
Yeah,
what? 21?
21, and then it's juice per power tag plus 3, so 1, 2, 3, 4, so 7 juice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put the story tag on it, contained.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. And I'm going to cast it off into the abyss of the ocean. I don't know if there's any kind of Mariana's Trench in the city, but he's going to find one of those trenches and drop it into the abyss. Assuming that the haha Joker dude is inside. So he's just going to cast it off. And he's just going to make it so that the bubble doesn't wear off anytime soon.
Okay, yeah, you can make it a lasting bubble. Definitely with your 21, easy. Now you are over the city. You can, in fact, hear the chaos that Clinton and Imogen could hear over the radio. Men fighting each other on the streets, people calling out for bomb squads. And then, as you hear this for just a moment, you hear this noise cancelling occur, where everything goes this strange sort of silence, where your ears are full of nothing. It's a strange sensation. It's not silence, it's not sound.
It's the world's gone completely, utterly silent. There is a void of sound.
Essentially.
So. Michael lands after dropping the blimp in the ocean.
All right, well, save the world. That's what I like. Better go find Lee and Clinton and Imogen. Yes, right. I wonder why everyone sounds like they're fighting and mauling each other.
And then John just takes flight and flies over and tries to find Imogen and Clinton first.
Now, Julian, were you jumping, or were you riding a cloud, or?
Oh, I was jumping, but this is even more.
So you'll probably see that, I reckon, John. You'll see a golden-haired, tailed Lee jumping across the city, much higher than certainly even you thought possible before.
Dragging a body.
Just the one body? Did you leave your boss?
Yeah, I made sure that she was
safe on a roof.
Safely somewhere.
Michael notices this and kind of stops suddenly and then bolts off towards that direction, kind of making a sonic boom as he does. As he flies up next to Lee.
Ah, little one, I found you.
Don't call me little, thanks. You know.
Well, you're young, and you're relatively smaller than this one, so you are little.
Oh, so I shall call you Big One. Is that
You can call me Big One.
I won't.
Call me Big Bruv, if you'd like. Most people have called me that, but whatever floats your goat.
You know, I think I'll pass on that. Thank you, though.
What's that body you're carrying? Is it dead?
Oh, I hope not yet.
But who is it?
Oh, you'll find out with everyone else.
Well, I'll find out now.
John kind of like flies in front of Lee and puts out his hand.
Let me see the body.
I kick off of him and do another jump further.
Now, that's kind of rude.
Look, I am not your father, but you need to learn some manners, so you'll hand over that body right now, or you're grounded. And I'll make sure that you're grounded. I will pluck you out of the sky.
I'm
Well,
going to
as
say as
long
well
as-
that, Clinton, you can hear all of this. You are now a ghost in the machine. You can even be in the electrical static in the air. You can...
Yeah.
Like, one of your things is eyes everywhere, right? You can be involved.
Yep, eyes everywhere. And yeah, because I don't think he like actually re-enters Clinton's body. I mean, he basically is like, Princess Leia projection out of, wherever type idea. He probably still looks like Clinton, but he doesn't re-enter the body. And that might even be like what the last it's probably my mobility piece of being able to get, jump. You do the normal, anyone who has electrical powers can somehow magically jump through power lines, one of those crazy things. John feels a pluck, 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 as something is plucking his feathers out one by one.
That's kind of weird. I'm not using these
Pluck,
feathers,
pluck,
and
pluck,
you notice
pluck,
that every time
pluck.
he plucks it, it just grows back like a shark's tooth. He uses these as ammunition. What? This is weird. I don't like it.
Pluck, pluck,
You there, Lee?
pluck,
Are you doing this?
pluck, 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 pluck,
She's
pluck.
gone.
There's just sort of a rain of feathers.
Oh, that's gonna make a mess. I'm not cleaning it up. And then he begins to fly off. After Lee, continuing.
Has she gotten away?
Well, I mean, we can do you guys can do PvP rolls if you like. It can be like either a change the game or a toe-to-toe to try and do something like that.
We're both avatars.
Yes. Avatars
So-
can do toe-to-toe. It'd basically be whoever gets the highest score, I suppose.
Yeah, because we would just, in turn, burn tags and immediately succeed. It would just be that thing back and forth.
Yeah, so we could say 2v1. The two avatars versus the one avatar gets held up. Does that sound fair?
Okay.
Yeah, if that sounds
Yeah.
fair, we can go
Yeah,
like
'cause
that.
I mean, I'm an avatar too, so yeah. It would just be silly. We'd just be all. So yeah, I'm not trying to like defeat you. I'm just trying to let her get and do what she.
No, it definitely stopped him. It was kind of just like, it's kind of annoying. It's like, I'm going to cut this thing that is immediately going to regenerate itself. And that's,
Pluck, 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 pluck.
so, yeah, okay.
Let's catch
Toe to
up.
toe.
Yeah, you guys go for it.
Just straight up, no power tags.
Yeah, that's probably easiest. Just whoever gets the highest roll.
All right. I will use one of my advantages on this roll. I'll call it now.
Fine, I'll use a nat 20. No.
Fine, I'll use a net 20. Okay. In
I
three.
mean, well, actually, this is a question for you. I mean, I know on a lot of stations you can't use donated stuff on PvP.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, it's up to you, Scrat.
I'd say if you want, it's all or nothing. Either everyone uses an advantage because you've all got one, or no one does. We've
Let's
got a lot of
just keep it-
donations.
Let-
Roll, because we've only got like 8 minutes.
Yeah, so all right, let's
Yeah.
do it. Boop. So a 7, the
10.
10. Would I re-roll it? So a 9. All right. Okay, so I
And
used the advantage to re-roll, keeping the 9.
So I didn't.
I
even
rolled
know.
same twice.
Yeah, so I still have the 10, which is the highest roll.
Yeah. So,
So
we'll say
yeah,
you
so
can.
my thing is to hold up John
Yeah.
so that she can get away.
Which I would say, like, you holding me up would reduce my 9 to an 8. kind of deal? Because that would be reducing my roll by holding me up.
I'd say with the 2 rolling against you, no one had a failure. You all had similar successes, except for Tuscal had a great success.
Because I didn't roll the advantage.
No, you got a great success. So I think
Okay.
Lee gets away. Lee gets away to where she wants to go.
Okay.
Yep, I'm headed to City Hall.
You get there. What is your plan?
How many people around here?
People are rushing all over the place,
Okay.
covering their faces.
Can I just do something real quick? Just because if there's spotlight set up for whatever. Unless you're about to do it, I'm so projecting a monkey onto a cloud.
Yep. Yeah, that was happening.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to steal your thunder.
No. That was going to be a whole part of the whole thing, but that makes that. Sun Wukong's happy with that if somebody else is going to do it.
Yeah, I figure, sorry.
No. That's perfectly. He gets there and it's like, oh, someone did it for me. Cool.
Thumbs up. You see a little electrical thumbs up next to the light. And the little sort of electric face of Clinton there.
So before we go on to Lee Julan's plan, Imogen, what are you doing back at the docks?
Imogen is flickering in between Imogen and Moriarty, because to Imogen has just lost Clint completely. He's gone. So she stands just twitching a little bit. It's more like as if there's like a fly buzzing around her head, and if there's any form of like crowbar, iron pole, anything, she's picking it up and she puts the gas mask back on and starts walking into the city. And if anyone stops her on the way, she will just take them out and keep walking.
On the ground there is a crowbar.
She kicks it. She trusts nothing here.
It's already been disarmed. You can see the electrical powers have been disarmed by someone else.
So she picks it up.
Mhm.
And she walks into the city.
You can add crowbar to your power tag. You begin walking into the city. Of course, you're going to take longer to get there than everyone else. So, what is going on in the city? What is the big plan, Lee?
Well, everything was getting set up for New Year's Eve. I'm assuming there are intercom. There's, loudspeakers, spotlights, a stage. Is there a police radio?
If you want
Anyone?
one, yeah. There's cop cars open. You name it. The city's yours for the taking at the moment. It's chaos.
Yeah, she's just gonna. Some Wukong's gonna go over to one of the police cars, kind of lean over into one of the radios, and just kind of goes in. Well, things seem to be turning out just fine. I'd suggest coming down over to City Hall.
And you're just transmitting that to all the police?
Yep. Every single one.
Okay, I'm gonna burn a couple of my nat ones, and people will do that. They'll just start heading that way. Soon you will gather quite the audience. John, by this point, will arrive on scene. And a short while later, whilst it takes the time for the police to arrive, Imogen will arrive on scene as well, crowbar in hand, now bloodied.
She just walks up to the town hall or city hall, just up the steps. And if she could see Lee, she won't approach Lee necessarily, but she will sit down next to her quite casually, as sort of whistling to herself and just playing with the crowbar.
Oh boy, Acrobat, you got a hell of an arm.
I'm going to grab one of the chairs and just kind of prop him up in it next to Imogen.
How you doing, sweetheart?
Feel free to punch him more if you like. I kind of already broke a jaw, though.
Imogen, first of all, puts her hand in her pocket and puts on the Joker's ring that he left behind that she kept from the diner, and just shows him. First of all,
the Joker sees the ring and puts his hand into his pocket and pulls out another button. This one connected to his shirt.
That's all, folks!
He's gonna click the button.
Nothing's
John
gonna
throws his shield around him, around Larry.
He's shielded. Clinton stops the button
John
from
doesn't
working.
know that this thing is not going to work. He just
Yeah.
immediately, instinctively,
Yeah.
just throws it around.
So the sound's blocked out as well. He's just laughing maniacally and tears running down his face.
All right.
Imogen will stand up and walk towards, like, in front of him, so that she's right close to him. She's still got the gas mask on, everything.
He is no longer laughing in the same way. He is now sobbing.
And she sort of narrows her eyes and say, "You ruined the game." And she doesn't. She just sort of stays in front of him.
As Sun Wukong just kind of leans over and flips on the spotlight to the stage, highlighting our group of people here and the Joker in his shield.
The Joker's beginning to look a little bit smaller. Perhaps not so larger than life. He's starting to look a bit more like the timid Marco Lowry.
And Sun Wukong just kind of turns to face this gathering of people. Well, citizens of the city, we've had quite a bit of chaos. Murders, riots, all that stuff. But hey. And she kind of gestures towards the group behind. They've helped to stop it. And they've stopped the gas from coming over the city. They've stopped things from blowing up. And I, Sun Wukong, Great Sage Equal to Heaven, had brought him to you.
That's blasphemy. Don't listen to that.
He has
Strike that from the record.
caused so much suffering through jokes, terrible, terrible jokes, really. And here we are, the savior of your cities, with the villain in the middle of it all. So, citizens, your saviors, here, we just ask that you leave, a little bit of room for us to help out, stay on top of things here in the city. We saved the day today. Remember the angel. Remember the ghost in the machine. Remember the person that you see every day, kind of gesturing towards Imogen. But you should never underestimate. And remember me. Some will call him the Monkey King. Remember who's important around here.
Would anyone like to add?
This display has gone on long enough. I'm not going to let you stand here and glorify yourself.
Whilst this speech is going on, Imogen is going to have grabbed the Joker or Lowry or whoever it is, probably by the throat, and started dragging him away.
You would be stopped by the bubble that is currently still around him. John has not released that bubble.
Then she'll take the crowbar and smack him around the head with it.
John?
Not John. Not John.
Because he's currently in a bubble.
But I'm right in the bubble, aren't I? Because I'm
Says you're
right
right
up in his face.
Yeah, I guess, because the bubble is just a shell to keep him from exploding himself. All right.
She'll literally strike him, like get him up close and be like, game over, and just smack him across the face with it.
I'm going to go toe-to-toe with that and attempt to expel Imogen from the bubble. And I'm going to burn superhuman speed and Heavenly Shield.
So hang on, are you? Have I been stopped doing this, or have I done it? Surely that would crack my.
Because I'm going to try to stop you.
So let's do this in 2 rolls. First of all, let's get the roll for you doing it. So
what, me doing it?
Yeah, he's restrained and everything, so you can use your nat 20 to get him to hit with all you've got.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then so describe exactly what it is you're trying to do as well. You're just gonna. You can predict the next few moments, right? So you could probably predict what John's
I can predict what John is going to do.
Mm-hmm. You believe that everyone is corruptible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that actually applies. But you're not caught off guard or anything like that. So okay, with your nat 20, we'll see how that goes. And with your toe-to-toe, Zippy, what you're trying to get in there in time to stop it from happening?
Well, he's going to rush over to grab Imogen, but he's going to use the shield to expel her like an unwanted virus.
Mm-hmm. So
that on a single theme.
It's on 2 different ones. Angel Wings for the superhuman speed, and then Heavenly Shield is on Archangel Arsenal.
So,
but the thing that would expel her would be the arsenal, right?
Yeah.
The gremlin disrupts that. You can get there, but not expel her.
I think the thing that would highlight you to the fact that she is doing it is when she's already swinging the weapon. Because I doubt Imogen turns around and says, "I'm about to hit this guy." She's already been in there.
I'm already up in his face.
So she's swinging. So you can expel, you can disrupt, you guys can grab, and you can do all that after the crowbar hits Joker in the head, knocking him at least unconscious, if not worse.
I won't lie, the aim is to kill him.
I mean, you know Clinton's going to do whatever he can to help her.
John is going to do everything in his power to stop him.
Yeah.
He has had his eyes on Lowry the entire time.
Mm.
That's why I feel like it was a go toe-to-toe to see if I got there in time or whether or not it's the strike fell.
Okay, well, give us a roll. Give us a toe-to-toe roll.
So how
Okay.
am I doing that? Sorry.
Just a toe to toe, no powers.
Oh,
It's-
okay.
It's just kind of a roll off. Highest roll happens. Okay, so that's a 7. Let me roll mine. 7.
7.
Okay.
Do
I
it
roll.
again, or
Should I roll in to see if I am in or not? Or am I out of this? I'm
Mm.
fine if I'm out.
Yeah, let's just do a re-roll between those two.
Yep.
Okay.
9 and 11.
Okay, so
So
if I can flavor that, we'll say it hits, but it's not a killing blow. You managed to stop the blow from doing what its intention was. Is that fair? Is everyone going to be happy with that?
yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, like Imogen probably rounds.
Smacks, and then she's going up for another one, and then John grabs her by the wrist.
And she rounds on him and she's like, what are you doing?
If he has somebody in himself, like Shilan had the Monkey King,
Like you had John.
yes, whatever. But then Marcus Lowry, he's
Is
not
dead
our
To
he's
him.
not our fight.
He's
he's
my
not- he's-
fight.
he-
He's part
he's
of my
not-
game.
Well, I'm going to have to interrupt your game. We are not going to harm Marcus Lowry. We'll harm the Laugh Man. but not
That's what I'm
Lowry.
doing.
No, you're not. You're hurting the vessel of the Laugh Man. Allow me.
So you are a vessel.
John is a vessel. If you struck me, you're not striking Michael, you're striking John. If you strike Lee, you're not striking the Monkey King, you're striking Lee. We're just. He is just a container.
I think you
Don't.
you misunderstand. I don't care.
You probably understand quite well that I do care. And that is why I'm not allowing you to kill this man.
I'm fine. Have your plaything.
By
You
this-
have taken a man's body and taken his life. I'm just doing the same. I'm putting him out of his misery. And she'll
John would
probably
want this.
just drop the crowbar and hold like her hands up. So I've got nothing left but to play the game. I've got
Fine.
nothing to go back to.
You always have a purpose, Imogen. Even if you lose one, there's always a purpose for you. You make that choice.
I feel like
She
when
sort
this
of-
is going on, the police will be coming up and trying to arrest Lowry if the shield's down. Probably
John
getting
places-
him medical attention as well.
John places a hand on Lowry and then looks at the law enforcement and he says,
If any one of you touches my charge, he's going to wake up with a massive headache. I will deal with this.
and like John grabs Lowry and launches himself into the air, begins to fly off to a large building.
Well, we have overrun a little bit, and the city is, for all intensive purposes, saved. So I would like to wrap up tonight with an epilogue session. I would like us all to put forward our ideas of what happens over the next few months following this event. How your avatar hoods end, if they end. How your injuries and stuff affect your waking lives. And so on. Would anyone like to go first?
John goes.
Good.
Oh, John takes Lowry away, and immediately after, he is going to purge the mythos from his body, kind of exorcism style. He's going to place his hand, and he's going to try not to kill Lowry, but he's going to I'm going to make the choice that Michael fails the ultimate, and it dissolves Michael, but burns away the Laughing Man.
Okay. Takes out the Laughing Man, but John's also gone as well. Perhaps a good thing even for the city from the damage and everything that happened. Who knows? Source School, you had something?
Does Imogen bury Clinton?
Because I'm assuming, because you left the body, he is dead, isn't he? She would have done, and...
So, as you are saying your goodbyes, what would you say?
Whilst you're being buried.
Huh?
She would probably stand. I'm guessing not really anyone would people show up?
No.
So it would literally just be her.
It would literally just be her, probably, whatever open casket type idea or whatever you had planned.
She will put back on her mustard scarf and the heavy coat that she wore the first time they went just for a walk. And she will stand over the grave and just... I miss feeding the ducks. I miss getting coffee to go. And I miss making your life that little bit more manageable. And she sort of breaks a little bit, but at the same time, she takes out a napkin and a slice of bread and probably lays it by the headstone. And she's like, I miss holding your hand. And I wish I could have hugged you when you were awake.
And because the casket hasn't been lowered down into the grave yet, the lid pops open with perfect comedic timing. And he goes, "What are you waiting for, sweetheart?" As he uses his ability to disrupt a mythos theme to disrupt his own mythos and bring Clinton back.
And she will laugh, like proper laugh. She hasn't laughed probably like this for a very, very long time. And she holds out her hand as if like to help him. I say, "Come then. Should we get a coffee to go?"
Always. There must be a game to play somewhere.
And there's the quirk of like a smile at the edge of her lips, and you can't quite tell if it's Imogen or Moriarty, as she'll take his hand and walk off.
Yep, arm in arm.
Mm-hmm.
A joint epilogue there for a terrifying joint couple. Now, Sun Wukong. Sun Wukong is going to have to leave at some point or kill Lee. Lee has sustained injuries that Sun Wukong can't feel but does comprehend. He's bleeding very heavily.
So after highlighting himself as the savior of the city, coming out on top, as you will, of this chaotic situation, noting the blood probably pointed out by someone, will hop off and jump towards the closest hospital.
Mhm.
Stroll right in. And banking on the fact that people know who he is, she is, they are. Go just waltz right over to the emergency room. Knife still in her body.
Mhm.
And Sun Wukong leaves as Shilan collapses. The recovery is long. She is able to tell somebody to recover her boss using her now newfound connections to make sure she's safe.
Your boss ends up going to prison. The evidence found against her in the base was too much. The only reason Joker could get her hands on her is because she was kept in a hospital.
And as Shilan kind of sits in the hospital room day after day, feeling trapped by the constant monitoring, the hospital bed, the injury itself. She keeps looking out up towards the sky and thinking. And finally, when the day comes that she is allowed to leave, knowing that they're going to bring her in for questioning with her criminal activities, the day before she's released, she takes her bag, puts her Steve's toolkit in it, makes sure that all the files are hidden away in the secret pocket like they should be. Puts on her normal clothes, opens the window, and leaves the city to newfound freedom.
Perfect ending for all our heroes. John unfortunately erases himself from the land. When John goes, does John live on? I think you are muted.
He does not stay. He takes Marco Lowry by both hands, by both sides of his head, and he holds it there, and he says, "Do you understand what I'm going to do?"
Not really.
I'm going to take away all the pain. I'm going to take away all the suffering.
Mhm.
You are going to live on. But when you do, I'm going to leave you with this task.
Huh?
Be a leader. Be somebody that people can look up to. And don't kill anyone.
Oh.
Everyone deserves redemption. This is yours. If you fuck it up, I'll be back. And with that, he places a hand on his forehead and kind of like the way Michael came in to this world, a giant beam of light strikes where they are, and Michael and John are vaporized, burned away, but it's almost as if he rips the mythos of the Joker out of Marco, and as he does, the Joker is burned away as well into nothingness.
Burned
And
away
then
in holy light.
Marco is left on the top of the building, alone in a perfect scorch mark ring.
And I think he probably sobs. Probably sobs in perhaps memory of pain, perhaps joy at being free, who knows. He's got a lot to sob about, to be fair. And that's where we wrap up our season. The city is saved over the next couple of months. It returns to some sort of normality. Of course, there's always villains that step into the shoes of those that are missing, and always heroes that step into those places that are made in the police force, in the town. A new coffee shop owner comes along, and a new factory is built to give people work, and in that factory there's a new janitor. There's always bums on the street, and you know what? One of them, perhaps the guy who originally lived under the bridge. When John doesn't come back, he takes up the sandwiches, and he tries to do John's memory justice, assuming that he has in some way fallen during the madness of the new year. In a dark office somewhere, someone is looking over the tapes from New Year's, looking over the speech that Lee or Sun Wukong gave about protecting the city. They've also got their hands on another tape, one that was never aired, a success tape.
Happy New Year, folks! Welcome to the new way of doing things. From now on, laughter's the best medic.
It stopped. Doesn't listen to anymore. It would seem that Metropolis has a set of defenders. Perhaps this will be sport worth my time. I'm Scraticus, and this was Shadows in the Mist. Thank you all for watching. Why don't we go around? You guys can let us know who you are, where we can find you online, and what your favourite part of the season was. For me, it was the interplay between all the players. You guys did an amazing job telling a story together. It was great. I'm sorry to chat that I didn't use up all my things. It's difficult as a Master of Ceremonies. You don't do many dice rolls in this game. The players do most of the dice rolls. Why don't we went L-shape that way before? Let's go L-shape this way this time. So we'll start with Jay. Total score.
Oh, I had a great time. I mean, what can I say? I mean, my highlight, of course, was being able. I mean, this was the first time Alice and I've actually been able to play together in a long campaign. We've done a one-shot before, but not to have a long campaign, and that we got to play off each other so much, both as Imogen and Clinton, but also as the Gremlin and Moriarty. What a blast telling their story and their weird little Bonnie and Clyde. And that I did try to think ahead because I knew I was on the razor's edge, and so I wanted to have an insurance plan. So I talked to Scraticus. Can I have this thing where I can disrupt a mythos? Very much treating it like that I would use it against the Joker. But my real purpose was just in case that I would have it in my pocket with comedic timing to, I figured he would let me get away for comedic timing that I could have undo my avatar hood. and we could still have the Clinton and Imogen relationship go on and not just be over. So that was my fun. It was a great time, Alice. I cannot wait until I think we've things announced.
We're not officially announced, but we can talk about it.
So I cannot wait to play in Alice's campaign next season. I think even like sort of in this time slot ish. But she will be DMing. I will be playing her campaign. I can't wait to explore those ways to play together as well. But also great time playing with Zippy, and of course Kiana was wonderful at having to put up with us the whole time. But I'm Tall Squall. You can find me all over social media as Tall Squall. See you around. Let me know if you enjoyed Clinton. Let me know. I love to hear from all you guys.
I can already see chat lighting up about the grouping of Clinton and the Gremlin and Imogen. Great stuff. Thank you so much. Next up, Zippy. Same questions.
Hi, I'm Zippy Zippo. You can find me here on Twitch at Zippy_Zippo. And you can find me on Twitter at gaming.exp. I had a super fun time. I'm really sad that the story had to end. I kind of was like, oh, it's only 8 episodes. I wish it was longer. And I feel like everything got accomplished. We saved the city. We stopped the bad guy, and we didn't even kill the big bad.
Looks like
we just made him go away.
Thank you so much for that raid, the Greyhawk channel. We're just wrapping up.
So that's what I'm. My favorite character was Lee, and how she finally got to be the Monkey King. Hi, what was it? Something under heaven?
Great sage equal to heaven.
Great sage equal to heaven. I loved that. I loved it. I was just like, oh, great. So.
Teehee. Thank you so much. Castle McRaven is a new friend. You're already a friend. You were following already. So next around we have Alice.
I'm still not over Dinah. Just want to say that now, as a point. But this is one of my favorite games ever. Like, I absolutely adored it. I love the whole concept of it. It was an absolutely amazing group to play with. I liked playing someone slightly evil for once. I normally always play a happily bubbly character to be like, yeah, let's go with that. And I really liked branching out and trying something a bit new. And same as Tall School, it's just been my favorite interactions with Imogen and Clint and Gremlin and Moriarty. The fact that they play off each other. And one of my favorite bits, I think, was when both the Gremlin and Moriarty came out properly, when they were almost mugged. And that's still one of my favorite bits. And I love that Lee finally became the Monkey King at the end. It's one of my favorites. And I love how Michael did not have a clue about certain things in the modern world and didn't understand the lingo of stuff that was going on. And yeah, the whole thing, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I can't wait to play with all of you guys again soon. And thank you, Scrap, for running it, because it was awesome. Really, really good. Yeah, I'm White Rabbit Pick. Yeah. I'm not going to announce anything because I'll just be repeating what he says. So
yes, I've linked your links, but your website isn't in your command yet. So if you could link your website, that would be fantastic. I had great fun running this. You guys don't have to thank me. I had a chance to break out my Joker voice. I'm a happy man. Last but most certainly not least, we have Kiana.
Hi, I can finally take off the hood. Could I die of heat? Wow. That was incredible. not only did we get to do, a fully noir kind of, solve a mystery, figure things out, defeat evil, save the day, but there's so much cool character nuance and development that we got to see, um, which is super amazing to get to play off of with everybody that's been here. Um, these are amazing people in the RPG community. And so being able to kind of just delve into a world and these really interesting characters with them has been an absolute blast. Yeah, I honestly think my favorite part is just all of the interactions and banter and moments, between the characters. Not just, Imogen and Clinton and the crazy Bonnie and Clyde thing, but also, this relationship between Shilan and John. And then, also their mythos kind of clashing at times, and, being able to just see the whole crew evolve and change as the story evolved and changed to a somewhat happy ending. You know, it's kind of, I was trying to think of the end of how Sheila was gonna get out, and I'm like, she's 17 and she just wants freedom. She just wants out, so out she goes.
Yeah.
So it's been fantastic, and I'm sad that it's only been 8 episodes, but I would be more than happy to return to this world, find out what these characters are doing at some point. I feel like the Gremlin and Moriarty are the new villains of some future City of Mist game as the Bonnie and Clyde, but yeah. You guys yeah.
That's almost an idea for another campaign, is just give Jay and Alice the DM seat and we all come back as players.
Super evil chaos. And that somehow still structured in the game. It's good. It would be so good. But yes, hello. I am Kiana. I am found on Twitter at Kiana S. Best way to figure out what I'm doing, because I am all over the internet playing role-playing games almost every day of the week. I am here on the channel quite a bit starting next season. One Shot Wonders will be returning after a 2-week break. And starting the new season, slightly new time slot. And I had been announced before, I am running Adventures in the Wild Blue, a 2-channel series with this partnered with Off the Table, where we're going to be playing Lady Blackbird from 2 different perspectives of the same story. So I'm very excited for that. And we're going to be announcing casts and stuff as we go along over this 2-week break. And I'm just super excited to be more involved with the channel and more involved with this awesome community. So thank you, chat, and everyone who came out to watch, because it means the world to tell a story and have people who cheer us on and love what we do here.
Indeed, here. So guys, quickly, there are my social links. You got my Discord and my Twitter. If you guys want a game, send me a DM on Twitter. If you want to join an awesome community, get on the Discord and YouTube. I'll get to that. I also have Patreon, I also have merch, and at the moment on my Twitter, I am giving away a competition. Now, the reason I've gone through that quite quickly is because I wanted to talk a little bit about things that are happening next season. I'm not going to do a big reveal just yet of all the different casts and things, but as you can see, there's some hints and things going on. Next week will be, whilst I'm visiting Jay in Florida, we will be releasing, I'm going to queue up and release all the tweets of all the casts and all the games. I'm finalizing everything this week. Tomorrow we have the Wizards and Wardrobes finale and that will be the last stream, except maybe on Thursday, because Thursday's my birthday. I might do a birthday stream. But Wizards and Wardrobes is going to be the last official stream of this season. We start up again on the 17th at 1 p.m. EST. With a bit of with some new games. Like I say, I'll release all those next week, but you can already hear Alice is DMing a D&D game, Jay's in it, Kiana's running some Lady Blackbird, I'm running a few things, I've got some things hidden up my sleeve, we've got a lot of things to reveal, and it's going to be absolutely great. We're going to 3 shows a day, 5 days a week, 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. EST. I look forward to having you all along for the ride. It's a big step, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm also moving, as you can see behind me, so that's part of the move. Also, part of the move is going through all the session zeros and things for the next season. So, yeah. Bear with us for 2 weeks. Join us on Discord and stuff, where you can see sneak previews and cats on top of bookshelves and things like that. And we will get back to you tomorrow with Wizards Wardrobes, on Thursday with a birthday stream, and then on the 17th with our brand new season. Thank you for watching, everyone. We're going to head over today to the Bubbernauts channel. Is it the Bubbernaut or just Bubbernaut?
I think it's the Bubbernaut.
Thank you. Now, when we get over there, guys, if you guys could take the hype with you, I would very much appreciate it. I can't spell Bubbernaut, but I can do if I keep cross-referencing. There we go, that's correct. So yeah, hit that chat with hype, fill it up for us. Bubbernaut, he's not doing any D&D right now, but he does do a lot of D&D, and he's just genuinely a really nice guy. Yeah, fill it in. If it's your birthday, consider an offline day. Twilight's falling, you crack me up. Yeah, guys, thank you so much. It's been a great season. I'm looking forward to finishing off tomorrow. Keep evoking emotions. We'll see you next time. Bye.